Welcome to Clickstop, brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama. Check them out at LuckyDiceCafe.com. And now for your hosts, Daniel Powell, Jason Alvey, and Tylor Speeds.
Hey everybody, welcome to Clickstop today. This is your host Daniel Powell speaking. Just want to let everyone know that Clickstop is brought to you by TrollandToad.com. Find HeroClix new and old at TrollandToad.com, the world's largest HeroClix retailer. Get 5% off your HeroClix order with coupon code Clickstop. Merchant and pre-order items do not apply. If you like what you're hearing today on Clickstop, we'd really appreciate any support on our Patreon, patreon.com/clickstop. $1 and above gets entered into our monthly giveaways. $5 and above gets entered into our monthly HeroClix classes and exclusive Discord server. And then check out everything Clickstop related at facebook.com/clickstop. And before we get to the guys today, I just want to let everyone know that there is a public service announcement from Mr. Chomps. Mr. Chomps is observing social distancing at his building down in the swamp. He is not risking human to alligator coronavirus transmission, and he asks that you please just wrestle yourself if you need somebody to wrestle.
Wrestle yourself. Okay, I didn't know it broke the species barrier.
Yeah, you can just wrestle yourself anytime you need to.
Okay, it's a good PSA.
And then, so joining me today is Jason the Man Alvey.
What's up, guys?
And Tylor potentially degenerate Spees.
Hey, how's it going?
And Jay, staying safe in Canada. Incredibly degenerate Solomon. What's up, man?
I'm degenerate.
Yeah, fair.
I meant in
everybody,
HeroClix, not in terms of being like whatever. I don't know.
Whatever Tylor's doing, wrestling himself.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So, how's everybody holding up?
So far, so good.
I'm doing as good as I could be.
Gotcha.
Free healthcare is nice.
Oh, yeah. That's
I think free healthcare would be nice, but not having to use healthcare at all would just be better.
That is true.
Yeah.
Right, but also like theoretically, one would need to be concerned about it at the very least. So.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. So we've got a 3-part episode today. First thing we're going to do is go through the sets that are retiring and talk about one piece that we had wished seen more play throughout its run through Modern. Second of all, we're going to talk about some JLU previews. And then third of all, we're going to talk about the Black Widow Gravity Feed, a late addition to today's agenda. Married with Clicks crew got to unbox a Gravity Feed and the motorcycle today. If you want to see that full video, check them out over on YouTube. So what do you think, guys? Let's just hop right in.
Yeah.
Why not?
Got a lot.
All right. Got a lot to do. Let's get going. I'm excited about this retiring thing because it reminds me of how sad I was about a couple of things. So I'll kick it off with Elseworlds, guys, just to give you a frame of reference of kind of what I was thinking on this one. On Elseworlds, my pick is the Ray. 033, the Ray. Now his KC dial just wasn't quite powerful enough. Mm-hmm. Because they had to maintain visibility. Ray had to maintain line of fire to them. But so Elseworlds came out right before the TMT rules change. And so he has 8 range, 4 bolts with precision strike.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right before the chain, 4 bolts precision strike, he has 4 damage. Pew, 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 pew. You got 4 damage through on everybody.
Yeah.
Or giving him energy explosion was nutty and fun.
Right, and then so energy explosion and Psyblast. Now Psyblast still works, but the 4 damage energy explosion comboing with Psyblast and precision strike was going to make him like completely insane. Because you used to deal your bolt damage with energy explosion, so combining that with precision strike and Psyblast was going to be really fun. But just like that, he was nerfed out of the water.
Yeah. He was pretty cool. I saw him. I remember.
I mean, now he was just a fringe figure at best when he came out, but he certainly got overshadowed.
His low point KC was fun because it wasn't. I mean, it was worded properly, but it should have been worded differently because, as is, because of the effect that you mentioned, where he needs to maintain visibility to make somebody not attack or whatever. It doesn't specify unless they're the only character left or whatever. So we had a local win a map where Tom was playing Doomsday, and his opponent had this on an outdoor map. So it was, yeah, that was not a game.
That's pretty fun. I like that.
Yeah. So I just round table. What do you guys have from Elseworlds?
I liked and thought that Kid Flash could be cool. I liked his thing. So he had hypersonic, but he doesn't have his range value. He's got 10 movement and 6 range. And then he had the trait that they all shared where if this character is if this character with this trait is the last person to hit an opposing character with a range attack until your next turn, the hit character makes a range attack, Kid Flash must be one of the targets. So like you run up and hit like you could hit like a Jason or something, and then hypersonic him back, and then Jason can't do his mind control chain or something. It seemed like it was disruption, and it seemed cool if someone could get that to work.
Yeah, but he had, it's typical of a lot of Flashes. Grass hells him up, and he's got a 10 attack, right? So
yeah, he had some problems, but
right.
I just like the idea of that, I guess.
I'm with you. Jay or Jason?
Elijah Snow should have been a thing. He was always just short. I actually had a couple picks, but I remembered that he was probably the best one to mention. Just because he has, I guess for the listeners, he has a lot of disruption where he has 2 different traits that do a lot of really cool disruption, one of which is he takes a free action for the rest of the game while he's on the map. Other characters that can't use flight can only move in a direct path. So if you picked certain really terrible maps, it would be really annoying. And then he has another one where he basically takes a free action, and once per game he can choose if your opponent does a close range, move, or power action. When a character does that, they get an action token. If not, they take an unavoidable. So just a lot of cool little disruption. I heard people trying to make him work. I think I saw him once or twice, but
yeah, he was always so close. That's very accurate.
Yeah, I think that this guy fell victim to retail. Because his disruption trait, right? He deals them 1 unavoidable damage, which means that the big retailers were coming across the board and smacking him.
That's true.
I don't think that's the only problem, but that is fair.
Well, it was, and then like his short dial at low and not so great keywords.
And he's very squishy either way.
Yeah, I think
like 18 barrier for 120 that's yikes. Unfortunately.
Rough, yeah.
But he had, at 120 he had sidestep, 11 attack, triple bolt in cap, which was not terrible.
No.
Just defensively he needed some more augmentation.
I mean, now we can get that with a 10-point beast, so Doesn't matter.
Oh God.
Well, I don't want to. Let's just hold until we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Just hold until we get there. I'm ready to talk a little about it. Jason?
I was going to pick Elijah Snow, but since Chase stole that from me, I'm going to say Chase Green Arrow. He just didn't get his due, you know.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
You think he deserved a lot. Good God.
You know, though,
like a thing right now, just because Unseen isn't, and like people aren't playing Nightbringer. I think he actually is like probably positioned to be decent right now, especially because like Batman Prime is a thing. So.
You know, I think if anything, so Green Lantern or Green Arrow made his last big splash before the title character change, getting second to Tylor at Worlds. We haven't seen much of him since then. So I guess he could be positioned to come back, but it's entirely possible that coronavirus could just stop him from coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless retirement becomes affected by a potential U.S. Nats delay and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a possibility. Everything's up in the air at this point.
That's
true.
But you know, and looking back through this set, like there was just so many things that were right there, and we don't have to talk about these necessarily, but you know, just some favorites that I had. Like this one seemed like a little bit overcosted, but like Oliver Queen Templar, Bizarro Police, Necron, Del Suderman.
Forgot about that.
You know, yeah, those were just all. They were just all things that were just right there. And
Devin, or I guess both Devin Owens from Canada and Devin from Happy Little Heroclix really liked the Green Lantern Super Rare with the revival.
Oh, yeah.
She was definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
I was going to say that would, to me, that one would fall under, it did get good play.
Did it?
Yeah, I mean, because I saw, Devin and I think Tom played it too. And then one of the guys out in California played it a bunch and won a couple of WKOs with it because he was reviving Surtur back. Yeah.
Right. I guess it depends what your metric of saw enough play to qualify counts as.
It saw more play than I thought it would. So
it saw more play than Elijah Snow.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
Probably, yeah.
I guess part of our goal here is to keep track of everything, kind of keep abreast of everything. So if I see it win in Canada and California, you know, that's enough, probably.
Grouping Canada with anything else, like any other single region, is interesting, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure California is a bigger population than Canada.
Yeah.
But
probably.
You know what I mean? That's enough for me to say, okay, this piece is probably good enough. And for purposes of this discussion, you know, it's there. I mean, like Al Jordan, right? He saw plenty of play.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that guy.
No.
And it could be some things that saw some play. But, you know, like Green Arrow, right? Green Arrow saw plenty of play, but has fallen off in his old age here.
Well, unfortunately, he's the prime demographic to be affected by Corona, so yeah.
Fair.
So let's talk about Mighty Thor, and I'll talk about this one. Mine was the Enchanted Ball and Chain, and this was one that it was affected by the new rules change. So instead of like Starter Hulk being able to quake everybody for 4 every time he moved,
right,
you have to, you know, change where you have to specify where the effect comes from and what you're getting it from. Because if you were able to combo Hulk with the Enchanted Ball and Chain, that would be super badass.
So can I ask something real quick? If this were to say Quake, period, when this character uses Quake, they use their printed damage value, then it would work, right? With Hulk?
Yeah, it's because
of the comma.
I'm sorry, one sec. How's it worded?
It's Quake, but deals this character's printed damage value.
Yeah, this wording or Quake or power when this character uses it. is also the same thing.
Okay.
It's
Because it ties
self-referential.
it to the specific. Okay.
Yeah, it would have to be like power when this character uses name of power.
Quake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. When we saw that, I remember people talking about that run with Odin when he came out, the chase from 10,000 BC. Because he can move up and then outwit stuff, and you can't use stop clicks, and you could one-shot like 4 different Wolverines at once. So that's fair. It was talked up a lot and maybe not played as much.
Right. What PC you get, Tyler?
I wanted to see more Malekith. I think he was.
Yeah.
He was
the
pretty
cat.
Cool. Yeah, the casket of Ancient Winners. I don't think it's on a play because as soon as the set came out, Cosmic was like the predominant keyword.
Was there anything good in the set with Cosmic or something all of a sudden?
No, you're right. He had he gave your whole team shape change on a 6, which seems great. And then he took a maximum 1 damage from range attacks. He had shape change on a 4 through 6. I liked him. I think he wasn't powered Cosmic, which first of all is insulting. And second of all, that probably held him back a lot. Be outwitted. But I've had to play against this guy a couple times in Sealed, and he was just brutal. So I think it'd be cool if you saw more play.
And then the way the casket drained meant that you could only play it with starter Loki with colossal stamina.
Right, because
I think I remember talking with you about using the equipment. Yeah.
The idea was
it wasn't quite there because of how the casket ran out. But I would add on to that one the Frost Giants. Hope no one was going to use the Frost Giants, but
that was my backup pick in case.
Yeah, that was mine. Yeah, y'all keep taking my pick. God damn it!
Shit, sorry.
I
was just going with Asgardian keyword. Sorry.
As a fun fact, when this guy rotates, we will no longer have a legal character with the Svartalfheim keyword. Svartalfheim. So.
I mean, before this set came out, we didn't have one since the Thor movie set. So.
It's a sad passing of the age. Okay, no more Svartalfheim. Okay, we could be sad.
For the next Thor set. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait until what's the new Thor?
Love and Thunder.
No.
If we get that War Realm set, then we'll.
The War Realm set, yeah.
Yeah, Jeremiah wants that to happen a lot, so I want it to happen.
It's going to be one of those things when they announce it, it's going to be awesome, but I'm not surprised. It just makes sense that there's a War of Realms.
Yeah, like Batman Metal. We knew they were going to be chases.
Right. Now, War of Realms is enough for a whole set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
So, because it involved the entire Marvel universe. I haven't read it all. I've read some of it, but...
Maybe I'll add that to the list of things. While I'm being
what do you got, Jay?
I let Jason go first so he doesn't get stolen again.
All right, go for it, Jason.
Oh, Dan already fucked it up for me, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's say Jane Foster.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She common or uncommon?
She was an uncommon. She could do support and adjacent to opposing characters, and you couldn't draw line of fire at her if you were over 75 points.
Yeah.
But then all the 50-point characters that were really good came out, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. Cyclops is I am 50 points. I can do whatever I want.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she could get replaced with the bigger Thor as well.
Yep.
Yep. And then you had access to replace that Thor with the Mjolnir Captain America from What If, when that was still legal. That would have been a fun thing.
Oh, I forgot. After Jay goes, I have an honorable mention.
Okay. Go for it, Jay.
It's really sad that Beta Ray Bill was never really a thing.
I mean, he won some stuff, right? I mean, he won
did,
some WKOs. And...
But I agree. I feel it seems like he should have done more than he did. It is surprising to me.
The MCAP existing was just a problem, and now Vulture.
Yeah.
There was just at any given moment there was a very strong hard counter, and also the fact that IDs could shoot him after Sam brought them in or whatever.
Right.
There was just always something. It was always like, hey, Bill was like waiting, but then they would print something, you'd be like, oh man, and then yeah.
It was one of the funny things is so PJ built that team, and then one of the guys on the Phoenix Nest played it. And PJ's only advice to him was, do not get to where Unimind, like talking about how do you play against my Unimind team with Nighthawk, and they said don't get Beta Ray Bill where Uni can sidestep and call out Green Arrow. And what was like the thing he did on turn 2? He moved Beta Ray Bill all the way out, called out an ID with Sam Cap, and left Beta Ray Bill within 7 squares.
Yep.
So I sidestep over with Uni and called out Green Arrow and one-shotted his Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, Green Arrow does that.
And that was when Uni was still going, 14-6 or whatever.
Right. +2 to everybody.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
My honorable mention real quick is Prime Scourge.
Yes,
like
okay,
that.
I was thinking that one too.
Yeah.
I tried. I really tried.
I know. He's real close, but he is a lot of fun. Man, I wish. There's
His
enough
lack of willpower was a big deal.
and there's enough loopholes you can get around it. You can mind control him and move him off his thing. So like that kind of sucks, but like I like that idea where you just I like to figure it was a cool idea.
Well, it came out the same time as the movie, pretty close to the movie too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, like Scourge in that movie was like on his heel with his 2 AK-47s,
Right.
like braka 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 braka.
Yeah.
125 is actually a good point value now because you can call in the Joseph Magneto with the pulse wave flow through blocking.
What is a Joseph Magneto?
It's
It's the LE from Regenesis.
Yeah, there you go.
The what?
The winnable
The LE
Magneto
from-
from Regenesis.
108 Magneto.
Joseph was a Magneto from like an alternate timeline that was in Exiles, I think. Is that right?
I don't know. Exiles is weird, and even if it wasn't Exiles, it probably wouldn't have the keyword in HeroClix.
All right, Undead.
Huh. I think I've ever seen this Magneto. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you should. I would say you should have picked up that Magneto if the wanted posters didn't retire.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Yeah.
I think I won't take the first pick this one. Jason, you take the first pick.
Yeah,
this
that's
time.
fair. Because I think a few of us are going to have the same answer on this one.
Oh, for RIP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Jacob Marley.
Yep, that was mine.
Yeah,
100%.
Jacob Marley just seemed like he could be really good, but like nobody ever tried to play him.
Yeah. I had looked at him a couple times, but just never quite made the cut.
Oh yeah, I thought about him. Like
The
several times.
017 Jacob Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the like sometimes penetrating damage, the -2 attack thing is that all the ghosts had.
Yeah. Free choose an opposing character that he moved through this turn, and the chosen character modifies attack -2 until your next turn, and then after resolutions, you and the opposing character's owner each roll 2d6, and if your result is higher, deal that character a penetrating damage and heal Marley 1 click.
And he was a wild card.
Yeah, he's only 35 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And he had Barry.
that guy
not Barry,
needed.
but
That guy.
Incap.
That guy needed sidestep basically.
Oh. No, because you proc it as a free, or
No, choose an opposing character that he moved through. You could do that.
Yeah.
It was free, so yeah.
Yeah, it's free. The whole power is after the free. It says get the name of the power free.
No,
Choose
I'm with
opposing-
you. But if he had sidestep, he could sidestep through them, and then
Oh,
activate the power.
Yeah, I thought you had to double proc it. Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Right. No, I'm just saying his 7 movement.
Yes.
Not gonna chill anybody's bones anytime soon.
Fair. I did look at him though a couple times on Monster. I looked at this whole set on Monster. I combed
sure
through
you
this
did.
set.
Jay?
I mean, technically it's like kind of 2 characters because they both like have the same effect, but I really like the Zombie Lincoln roll a 4, a roll a 7 effect.
Yeah. 4 square.
Like only that worked with
that
worked with Whale's Quake, right?
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool.
So, power. The power is 4 score and 7 years ago. Once per attack, when a friendly's attack roll result is a 4 or 7, choose after resolutions, remove an action token from the attacker, or give them an action token. So, like, if you randomly just like roll a 4, but still give them a token, that's just cool, and it's global and like all that stuff. So, but
yeah, when I thought that this worked with Whale Quakes, I loved this guy because Whale's always an 8. So it made an 8 or higher a good roll, or a 7 a good roll, and a 4 a good roll. So it really helped your dice a lot.
You mean doesn't work with whales in that it would only be one target?
Yeah, you'd only put one token instead of the entire team a token.
Yeah, there's a lot of effects like that where you're like, oh man, if this just multi-thingy, that's
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, but they were smart on this one, sadly, because I would have played that. I was practicing with it until somebody corrected me.
Tyler, which one's yours?
Man, I mean, it'd have to be Death or probably Grim Reaper is better. One of the two, whichever one's better. Probably Grim Reaper.
You're not gonna miss Dr. Frankenstein?
I mean, I'm gonna miss him, but I feel
He
like
saw a lot of play.
He was played enough for what he did. Grim Reaper would have been cool. Grim Reaper would have been just crazy good if Flash God of Death was a monster. That's what I wanted. Because he is clearly a monster. He's like the Grim Reaper. That's what he is. And he prevented healing. So if you hit with him, then you could do, and 3 of these guys, you could do like 3 unavoidable damage to him. Yeah, but Flash God of Death is not a monster.
So Flash God of Death isn't a monster. That's why nobody's played it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if he was, and you could play 2 of these, maybe, or something, I feel like that could be a team.
I mean, that would at least somebody would have tried it. We would have at least seen somebody post their picture up of their team box in the morning.
Right.
Sure.
That would be cool. But no.
Like, I want to try the monster thing that Tyler told me to try.
Just can't be healed. Like, just you needed something like that.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
So that one leaves me. I don't think there's much left.
I don't either.
So we'll just go to the TRM movie set. And I think I wished the Odin from that set, the rare Odin, was a bit better.
Which one? They're both rare.
Oh, the 0011.
The
11.
That was my second pick, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Asgardian leadership, if he could have been, if Thor or if Loki could have came in for just 25 points instead of 50, I think we would have seen him on a ruler or maybe even an Asgard team at some point.
Yeah, I've looked at him not long ago just because warrior leadership is a thing. Like, warriors, always almost there, but never quite. So.
Right. Well, what was your other pick then, Jay?
I'm going to pick not the Grandmaster that Nate played, but the other Grandmaster, just because he did, some very specific things. He's a 6-click dial. One trait says his actions don't count, his values can be modified, and he takes maximum 1 from a range. So, if you're in a ranged meta, that's pretty cool. Another trait, you can, at the beginning of your turn, you can turn to another click, and if you do, at the end of your turn, you roll d6 and turn him to that, and then you can't heal him any other way. So, if they, do put in the work, you can maybe heal him back up. 60 points. He has every support power. He goes for Plex, Empower, Outwit, Prob, Enhancement Support. Actions not counting, 60 points, can call him Gene. Theoretically could have been a thing, but close combat is just a thing. He came out, and then Wolverine call him was a thing a couple sets later, so he just never really had his chance.
I like that. I forgot about the actions don't count against your total thing.
And Cosmic. Same keywords as the other one, so Cosmic, Elder's Ruler.
Right. Man, you're making me even sadder than I was before, Jay. Because I forgot how sad I was about this guy. Jason.
Jeez, I don't know. There's not a whole lot here. I like if I was just playing for fun. I like to play in that 004 Heimdall on my Asgardian team because he could carry 3 passengers and got 2 super census rolls.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty
And
cool.
then,
2d6.
Yeah.
What do you got? Which one you got, Tyler?
I skipped this set. This was like probably the most disappointing set in the last 2 years for me. So I don't care about anything in it.
Okay. Harley Quinn. Jason.
Harley Quinn. Gosh, I don't know. I hadn't even taken time to think about it. I don't know. I kind of wish I could have played Jeanette, like Secret Six stuff more. Yeah.
I love that answer.
Jeanette was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked her.
Just monster keyword. Looked at her too.
Yeah. And mystical keyword too. And I was a big fan of that comic book. That was good. Yeah.
I have my card signed by Gail Simone for that one.
Oh,
I haven't had a
that's pretty
chance
cool.
to play it in an event, but yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Jay, which one do you have?
I am going to go with the classic Jesse Cote figure for Dr. Midnight, just because he definitely does stuff. JSA keyword team ability, path keyword isn't nothing, scientist keyword is like a thing. Once per game, make the Hootie, who has not autonomous symbol, but a trait that does the same thing as autonomous, same as Starro Fights. Perplex, 45 points. Like, he's just enough. I think he was playing him on like an action after taxi team or something.
Yeah, I tested a team similar to that.
Yeah, like he did just about enough. And also just the fact that you can have a Pog with a team ability is just really funny because the Pog also has JSA.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell in the card. It's like in the corner. Yeah, I've seen people miss it.
Tyler, what's your pick?
Man, this one's hard because like this set was like so close on so many different things. I'm gonna say Batman, God of Knowledge.
Oh yeah, he made a little bit of a splash.
A little bit, but
on a Batman family maybe.
Yeah, you carried him up and had the title character.
No,
that's what I saw.
I think that he played in Batman. He played the Batman. It was Batman family plus like who's the detective character? Bullock or something?
Harvey Bullock.
Yeah, I think he played. It was Brad Milburn that did pretty good. I think he got like top 8 at like a 15-player event with him.
He has phasing teleport as free if he has no action tokens, and then he can call in. Like, this guy'd probably be better now because there's a lot of really good 200-point call-ins.
But it comes down to
team ability. Can you do that? Was that errated?
What?
No,
you can't outwit Power Cosmic, right?
Yeah, that does not work for Power Cosmic. Yeah.
Dumb.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, this guy's ruined just because he had Psyblast. There's so much Psyblast, and he only had Imperv top dial.
Right. Yeah, you have to really rely on the stealth to keep him safe. He has no
right, and this was
except for that.
Yeah, he was just way too squishy.
And this was like This was the set right after Uni came out.
Right. Yeah.
So Uni was like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure I can like one shot that guy."
In a different age, though, I could see this guy being cool.
Like this guy with like Parallax and the yellow battery,
right?
And then like some random AVAS.
Calling out a Superman.
Yeah.
Give him invincible. Yeah. But there's a lot in this set. Like
Another day. So I think I just had a short list of multiple characters. Sam wanted me to make sure that I mentioned Lashina.
Sure.
And then like Grail was so close to being our new overlord.
Wait, was she that close?
Who?
I like
Grail.
her.
Oh.
So her perplex power, she says when Grail uses it and it targets another character, you may instead modify all of the target's combat values by +2.
She's the best Bizarro piece in the set, maybe in the game.
Yeah, I played her in Bizarro events, and everybody hates me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I played her in Bizarro events, and nobody had a good time.
You had a good time, don't lie.
Yeah. And then like her god, I mean, like everything she had was so awesome. End of dial. And then like I think honorable mention would go to the Harleys in the set that weren't the title characters.
I don't know. I like the title characters too much.
I know, that's right.
Yeah.
So just honorable mention, like the Red Lantern Harley Quinn, was 200 point, hypersonic, perplex, 12 attack, 4 damage.
Right. I remember all this. And they had really cool, unique powers in the mid dial.
Yeah, and then the Green Lantern one, unfortunately, had hypersonic pulse wave on mid dial, and then hypersonic TK on top dial, so it just had some bad powers. But in another age, that character could have been good. Give it Ion and give it a Green Lantern battery or something, and then it would have been really good.
Also, we need to mention Sexy Lexi.
Oh,
yeah.
He was so close too.
Yeah. I really like that guy.
Well, again, this guy was like, well, this guy can never attack because Surtur just wrecks his day.
Right.
What about like King Shark?
Yeah, there's a ton in this set. I was looking through it.
King Shark won UK Nationals.
Did he?
Did he?
I don't know. You know that.
Really?
No, he didn't. That's not. No, he didn't because he came out end of 2017. The team that won Nats that year was like Cosmic, like it was like Unijar or something.
Okay.
Dance.
We just never had a
Googling it.
We just had water maps to use him on.
Yeah. Zatanna was super cool too.
Let me.
Nightshade. Nightshade was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed Nightshade a lot. Yeah.
There was a lot.
I'm trying to find it. No, because the year that they did it, hold on, minus the sideline. I got it. I got the post. No. So it was either they got first or second. No, okay. Unimind took first and Sharks took second.
Okay, I didn't remember.
It was 2018 UK Nats, and they didn't have AI be legal for the event.
Yeah, I almost went to that event, so I was paying attention.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So it was after AI was legal, but since it was foreign, they could decide. And it was a Uni Carnage Surtur Lockjaw team, and it was Double King Sharks, Aquaman, Hellion, Surtur Carnage, Symbiote, Web Shooter team.
Web Shooter. Interesting.
Web? Oh, the Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
The OG equipment. Red Tornado was also in this set. He was cool. She was cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She wasn't as good as the. She wasn't as good as the other one though.
Sand.
Sand was cool. Yeah.
Sand was awesome. For 35 points.
I saw somebody once post about playing Sand, and then what was it? The Hulk and Thor from Thor Ragnarok that had the attack character that was knocked back for free. That was like cute.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's move on to Star Trek Original Series. I'm gonna go with the red shirt, the security officer.
Yeah.
So that whenever you could KO him instead of KOing somebody else.
If you do, what is it? Last non-KO click.
Yes.
Okay. So it's like basically 25 points for a stop click.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that seems weird that it was not played more.
I mean, if we talk about things that did see play from the set, Lieutenant Kyle, Tribbles, Trey Lane,
Tribbles.
shirtless Kirk, shirtless
Sulu.
other guy, yeah, Sulu.
Sulu.
So Jason? What did you think should have seen some more play from the set?
Jeez, I don't know. You pretty much just said all the stuff that was pretty actually good.
Well, it's not so much what was good; it was what you think should have seen more play.
Maybe that Ahura that could do like perplex with like 10 range through blocking and elevated and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She had sidestep, and then she could use perplex with range value of 10, and yeah, she had improved targeting, hindering, blocking, elevated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her cipher effect was really cool.
Yeah.
Jay, which one do you got?
I am gonna go with. I saw Tom play it, and it was good enough for me, or that's good enough for me. So Charlie X, just because basically he's like a nothing dial, like cosmic keyword, 40 points prob, but he has like an awesome trait where if you miss him, if he's the only target of an attack that misses, after resolution, deal the attacker damage equal to the printed damage. And he also has super senses later on the dial, so if he just like rolls on senses, you just like eat it. So
Right.
like a fun thing.
Tyler?
Nope.
Okay.
I do not look at Star Trek sets until someone tells me something is good, so I have no idea.
All right, so I had one to. Okay, so I have an interesting thought exercise. I wrote an article about this a couple of years ago.
Oh boy.
Would you like to take? Let's see. I think you can take 10 actions in a turn with a 300-point team.
I thought PJ said it was 11.
Well, it could be. So you can take 5 because of Dr. Fate, 7 because of Trek OS Core.
Power Woman is 1.
Power Woman gets you up to 8. Leadership gets you up to 9.
Founding member gets you up to 10.
Yeah, and then like the other one where you could play with was ADW Wasp. She could get you to 11. Now I don't think you could do all those things in 300 points, but you could have done ADW Wasp, Core, Dr. Fates, and a leadership within 300 points, and Power Woman probably. So I think that gets you to 10 or 11 maybe.
We'll see very soon if that is good.
And also, like, even now, like, even just, like, what we have now post-retirement, you could still just do Power Woman, Fate, Starro gives you 6 Starro fights, theoretically, plus triple target mind control.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's real easy at this point to get, and reasonable to get 8 actions in a turn, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
If that's good
when I played against Isaac in the win map that he won yesterday, congrats Isaac. At one turn, he had already made Chaos on a token, so he pushes Chaos to death, and then makes another one in the same turn.
Yeah, Jason's real good.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think so.
If you say so.
Yeah, Isaac did good yesterday. I was 1-6 away from kind of ending his day there, but and then 45 points from winning the whole thing again, even after the loss, because he lost the final round. But he had a good team.
Whoa.
So Trek OS. So the next one is the big set, the Big Daddy, XXS.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Jason, what do you got?
Cypher.
What?
Ooh,
Cypher.
Yeah.
He's a robot. He's a robot. And if he's adjacent friendly characters get protected outwit. I'm sure Ultron could use some of that right now.
It was weird that he had robot keyword even on his low dial, but it was a thing.
Yeah. Yep.
I like that. Jay?
I guess I'll say Chase Angel just because. I mean, he did see some play. I will admit.
I played him.
And if pressured, I would have a backup picks. But the threat of the blow up, giving out Angel Apocalypse tokens, hard to hit, good taxi, like just a lot of utility. And then like if you want to kill him, you either have to double tap him on a stop click on the attack slot, so you can't like surrender him or whatever, and then he just does the blow up. And then if you hit him, he has the revenge token rolling too. So just a lot for only 60 points.
Yeah.
I like it. Jason, you said Jason went Tylor.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot. I would say let's go with Dust. I liked Dust.
I like Dust, yeah.
And I know she did see some play, but I think she was
Not
really
quite
good.
enough.
Right. Yeah.
Emily played her on her Sam team for a while.
I know Emily played her a lot. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. She's just really defensive. She'd be on like the sort of like move up and dare you to hit me Wolverine-ish teams.
Yeah, I think Emily played her on a Samcat team.
Yeah, it was.
And that was good too.
Yeah, it was basically do everything possible after taxes. So she had Sam, she had Shredder Clone, Dust, kinda some cool stuff.
Yeah. My pick is going to be the ABC Cuckoos. They just lacked. I mean, they were really good for 50 points, but like Super Rare Wolverines just overpowered them. As far as like if you played one or what their abilities would do. But 50 points, they perplexed each other up. They had a stop click that they had some pretty decent attack powers on. I mean, it was all charge, Battle Fury type stuff with Impervious. But, I mean, it wasn't quite there, right? I mean, that's the whole point here is it just wasn't quite there. But, man, I liked them. I collected 3 each of them. I mean, they were just commons. But they just needed a little bit more oomph on the top dial. And I think they would have seen some play. All right, AI. You know, we got some big sets right there in a row right after the rules change.
Yep.
AI, and I'm going to let Jason go first on this one because I think I know his pick. So I'm going to let him have his time with it.
You think I know? You think you know? I don't even know my pick. So I'm interested to see what you think my pick is.
So do you want me to say your pick for you?
Yeah, I want you to tell me what my pick is. 'Cause I'm not even sure what my pick is.
All right, your pick would have been 041B Starshine.
Oh, Starshine, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
you talked about her a lot.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, she was almost there. Ignore hindering, ignore characters. But she also did you can't use shape change or stealth. I mean, hit characters couldn't use stealth or shape change afterwards, but she ignored hindering
and characters. Yeah, and she had side blade. Yeah, she was pretty cool. I wanted to use her to kill Kobix, but I never got to do that.
Not yet.
Just slap that spectral ring on there. And give her precision strike on top of all that, yeah.
Well, I think she ran into she didn't have top dial running shot.
Yep.
Well, she had to use RCE for all that cool stuff anyway, so.
But she didn't have any move and attack. She didn't have any sidestep or anything. She just had phasing, right? It just wasn't quite enough to get her there.
Yeah, she could also carry 3 people, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Tylor.
I'm gonna go with Infinity, and I know that she is played a lot, but I think she would be played more. As soon as I saw her spoiled, I loved her. She just like can do so many different shenanigans.
Yeah.
I did hate to see her against me, so that makes it a little less bittersweet that she's retiring. But I liked her a lot. She was super cool, and still is. She's just a little squishy, is the problem.
Yep. Jay?
I guess everybody else picked my like third stringers, so I'm gonna go with Photon Chase, just because.
That was my second pick.
Yeah,
That was my first
her
pick.
longevity is good. With she had the Cosmic Entity trait where she can be multi-targeted. Double stop clicks with Mastermind. 90 points is good enough for Collins, especially now. Traded Flurry. And then just a really unique special power, which is top loaded. Free, choose or place an opposing bystander adjacent to Photon. Like, if you can deal with being retailed, randomly just being able to kill the tank whenever you want is cool. Or, like, I don't know, feeding Dark Phoenix is still a thing.
Right.
Or any number of. There's just definitely, like, weird stuff you could do with it, but it was never quite there.
Being able to tank your own team if you ever want to do that for any reason.
Oh, yeah, that is a thing. Technically.
Yeah.
There was like, what was the
Wait a
weird
minute.
thing I
Why
wanted
can you
to do?
tank your own team?
Because you just bring over their any pog they have and just tank it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I was going to say that I would add to the Photon was I had, it was almost there where I could have done a police barrier team with Commish Gordon and Photon. So the idea was have a high police themed team, pull over their tank, win 8 points, and then barrier in for the rest of the game.
Oh my god. I hate that. I don't care that it didn't work. I still hate it.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that not enough team plays as pointed bystanders for it to be effective.
Right.
Well, what is there really like that ever saw play Mudman and Tank at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mudman and Tank. But like BTAS Commissioner Gordon has barrier and they all have leadership. So you play like Photon and like 7 Gordons or something crazy.
Ew.
And you just barrier completely the entire game. And you have enough leadership. You have enough leaderships to be able to pull it all off too.
Has anybody besides me actually like won an event with that Gordon? You just made me remember he existed.
I don't know. Maybe.
I've heard you talk about him so much. I'm like, wait, has Dan ever even like played it? Let alone like.
No.
I've played Nate playing him before. Yeah, I don't think he's ever played him in an event.
Yeah.
To be fair, I played him in Pauper just because he happened to be like the only barrier. But yeah.
So Photon was my main pick. My secondary pick is going to be Captain America Principled. He just did a lot of cool stuff. And you know, and what? And maybe he still has a chance with Brainiacs.
And other things.
Oh God.
Yeah. So like
recently.
Wait, does that work? Is Brainiac after Resolutions?
Yeah, I guess it's after Resolutions. Yeah.
Well, that's
Never
why
mind.
it
Doesn't work.
That scene, right? So.
Oh well. Never mind, Captain America Principle.
Just put that extra nail in the coffin.
Yeah. I mean, like well, Brainiac does have printed in cap as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So, I mean, if you want to collect 23 Brainiacs and Captain America Principles, your team will never have tokens.
And you could still do the -4 and still link up with Brainiac, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I want to mention one more honorable mention because Tylor hates it. Golden Skull.
Oh yeah,
I
was about
do.
to say that.
I don't understand. Whenever I saw that piece, I'm like, wow, this is the worst piece I've ever seen. This is the worst super I've ever seen in my entire life. It's so awful. And then everybody likes it. I don't get it. I don't like it.
How's it so awful?
Because it's just like, it's 4 clicks of nothing.
He's got perplex, leadership, adjacent friendly characters, modify attack +1, He's 50 points to call out good IDs.
Two
He
free
generates
bystanders don't cost your actions.
Oh.
Like,
I just look at this guy and I see that Gordon or I see Skeets and I'm like, wow, this is just so much better than this guy, and he's a super rare. I don't know. I hate him.
Just wait until Baby Doll has its day.
Oh
Saturday,
my
and
God.
I don't know. Hey, it's legal. You got another year.
we'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
talking
gonna
about
find
it
a
this
time
time
to
next
play.
year.
Yeah, that's gonna be his honorable mention next year. Is Baby Doll.
Yeah, she's gonna be my She's gonna be my number one mention if I don't get a chance.
Okay.
I will let the three. I will go ahead and mention TMT. Then I'm gonna let you guys talk about it. I need to run in the restroom real quick. I'm just gonna do it live. TMT. I'm sad that they're retiring it after Nats because it didn't get to participate in 2018 Nats like it should have, or like not like it should have, but the fact that it came out in June after Nats should not have been a detriment to it. It's the one set I'm retired. I'm sad is retiring, and Krang had his potential to be good after retirement. He just was not good enough to begin with.
Fair.
So I will let the three of you guys talk about TMT for just a moment.
All
Does
right.
anybody have one they're really enthusiastic about?
There's a lot in this that I think.
I like the Foot Soldier, the Foot Elite Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Elite.
Yeah, he had energy explosion, and then when he uses it in hit characters of 60 points or less, can't make attacks their next turn.
That is such an arbitrary number of points.
15 points or
less.
It's so arbitrary.
Yeah, but it did a lot. It covered a lot of stuff though.
He's got 9 attack.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. He has 9 attack and 4 range. That's the sad part. But the
It's
power
only
was really
15
cool.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess Jay, you got one?
I really liked the Shredder from the main set that makes the copy.
Rare.
Yeah,
Number 24. Yeah.
I tried to play him, but by the time I got around to trying to play him, Vulture was a thing. I'm like, oh, so Vulture food. So
right.
I think he would have been my favorite Scarface candidate because he's printed 12-4 as it is. So just give him range and 6 damage with RC. That would be really obnoxious.
That'd be cool.
I tested him on like an Alpha Strike team too, because you could move up and then make the clones. They had, I think, 12 with blades, right, or something like that.
No, it's a 10.
Is it a 10? Oh.
Yeah, but they can't. But for reference, so he has a trait, plus 20 trait, where if there's no Shredder illusion from the same set on the team already, generate one. It isn't scored. He has the video game boss trait where the first 2 times he would be KO'd. Instead, you turn to click 6 and then heal him depending on how many characters they have. So you have to kill him at least 3 times. Mm-hmm. Then he gets a special power later which I guess he'll heal onto it for sure. Outwit, and then they get Earthbound.
Which is cool. My biggest problem with him was that instead of you bring in the character instead of making a Pog. I wanted to make a Pog so that I could push it to death so I can keep making them. But if I push the Shredder illusions, they just are awful after that. And that annoyed me when I tried to play him.
Like he would have been really good now if he was 85 points and could call in Storm.
Yeah,
if he was 85, I would be playing him right now. I agree.
I tested him.
That's why I said about Moondragon I would have mentioned Moondragon if she was 85.
Yeah. Mine is definitely Alapex. Because, I wanted someone to use him so bad, and I never saw anybody even try it. I'm sure somebody did at some point. I don't mean to insult whoever did, but I never saw it, and, I wanted it to happen.
I have a local player who likes playing weird stuff. One year he placed second in our provincials playing Hellcow. He played General Trag, and he wanted Alapex to be a thing. Actually, he did play Alapex. I think at the last WKO. It was he played Animal Theme Alapex, Dinothor, Throg, Lockjaw or something.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Alapex was almost a thing as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
That'd be cool.
So who didn't go yet?
No, we're done.
We all did.
You're done? All right. What was yours, Jason?
I said the Foot Elite Dynamite.
Yeah. All right. I can agree with that. All right. Well, that's
Yeah,
good.
I give it. Did you do yours yet or not?
He did the whole set.
Okay.
Oh no, he said Crank.
I was gonna say just honorable mention that the Fast Forces Turtles.
And Mudman.
Yeah, Mudman got plenty of play.
Oh, you're right.
Mudman shouldn't be a thing that was ever printed.
I don't think it's that bad.
Are
Randy
we
played
mentioning
5 of them the other day.
Oh. Are we mentioning the con stuff that's retiring or not?
Sure. Why not?
I don't know. It's your show. I don't know.
No. I mean, yeah. Why
Then I
not?
gotta
Might as
go
well.
look up all the cons.
Well, it's listed in the retirement article, like individually.
Oh, okay.
Can you link us the retirement article real quick if you have it handy?
Oh, yeah. Like just 1 second.
You don't have a
Let's see if I can find it.
Judge?
No, I got it. Just give me like literally a second.
I was gonna pull it up.
I'm posting it in the Skype chat. There you go. I have my picks ready. I just did one for Marvel, one for DC.
Go for it.
Earth X Cap, especially considering that Jason existing, like makes me really wish the thing because he has just traded. He can't be targeted. He has protected mind control. Can't be knocked back. Friendly characters modify defense +2 when targeted by mind control. He also has shield, so you can like play him with Sharon Carter for his cool leadership, which is he has leadership, and then when it can't be rerolled, so that matters for like that new map location purposes. But when he succeeds, instead of normal effects, you can remove an action token from up to 150 total points of other friendlies, regardless of adjacent 0-point value. So like global, automatically take tokens off all your pogs, just like period, and then you have 150 points worth.
Yeah, that's true. That's a cool one. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Now the title cap that's surviving has to do a plot point for that one, right?
Yes, he has plot point for the +2 mind control thing.
Yeah. Super disappointing. That's a good pick. Why did you just have to take the best one? What's your DC one?
I think that I didn't really have much. I don't think there was much there, so I picked Bat Knight just because. Like, yeah, I know PJ. Was it PJ or Easton that won the 1K? But like, I didn't know of anybody playing it really other than that. KC's cool. Good sculpt. Ram's cool. Robot is good. Like everything's pretty much there.
Yeah, they played Jakeem.
That thing's still legal?
It's retiring now,
That's
but
crazy.
It was 2017 winnable.
Yeah, I just totally forgot that it was still legal. Actually.
I did too.
No, they played Jakeem. If it tells you how long Bat Knight's been around, he was legal with Justin Seifert.
Yep, it was what? Justin, Jakeem, the Hulkbuster torso from Nick Fury.
That's right.
Yeah. I also want to honorable mention the tank because not playing the tank is a mistake by definition. So it did not get played enough.
It was a mistake by definition.
Being printed? Yeah, that too.
Yeah. My sleeper pick then is going to be the M17002 Dr. Voodoo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was just too. I guess he was just too simple for what he did. 40-point Avengers prob.
Yeah, people don't really play specialist styles now. What do people play for that? Like, you have Alex Wilder now, and then like, I guess technically the JLU chases are 10 points for a cool power, but like, yeah, this is just if this was around like 2 years before, probably saw play, but it's just too specialized.
Right.
I mean, Tony has to be technically something like that, right?
Yeah, I guess.
But Big Tony also has sidestep and can carry his to other friend Tony.
He's also 15. Like, that's like just very, like if they printed a 5-point perplex, obviously it'd be like good. Mm-hmm. But that feels more like something that's a tool rather than like a specialist piece. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. The DC one. I don't have a DC one. I'll let Jason pick his next.
Jason.
You know
Did he
what?
fall
I may have
asleep?
lost.
Oh, sorry, I muted myself. Sorry. Boxing Superman.
Boxing super.
He saw plenty of play. Come on now.
No, but I miss him being gone. Oh,
You're missing
he
the
hasn't
point.
seen
It's
play.
what
He hasn't seen play since. He hasn't seen any play since his ID retired. So he's been gone for a long time.
That's true. Tyler, what you got?
Tank is mine.
The tank saw plenty of play.
No. Full point tank.
Oh,
That's right. I liked full point tank.
you know what? We did work through, I don't know, what, half a
Soldier
dozen
team.
iterations.
Yeah.
Well, and then we even worked with it trying to do recently after ABPI with the AIM guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the tank. I think it's pretty good.
I think PJ had like builds with it at one point.
Can it still? Okay, can it shoot through walls? It doesn't break them.
Yes, it was errated to have shoots through walls, does not destroy.
Right. That
was
seems
the
real
problem
good.
because this had the improved targeting that doesn't exist anymore. Like so there have been 3 characters that had outdoor blocking terrain. So they changed this to destroys blocking. Period. They changed Captain Marvel or the Carol Danvers to destroys blocking, and then they changed Arno to doesn't happen at all. So
Wait, they changed this to destroys blocking?
No. They changed this to does not destroy blocking. Just it can shoot through all the walls.
So that's just there's got to be a way to break that. King's Tomb or something.
Well, you could have tried it if you put down Wells for 5 minutes.
You're not wrong. Okay.
Yeah. And, so what we were going to do, like the AIM guys had Soldier, but we were also thinking the Avengers theme team with like 150 points, and then playing the big Hank Pym with like Avengers and King's Tomb, and then you had like a 12 attack, 7 damage tank shooting at you from 13 squares away or something crazy.
And then I built a Samcap team with it. I just think it's good enough to see at least merit some consideration. People will just forget about it. Just real quick, because I have a question for Jay and everybody else. Can Regent pick that blocking terrain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, presumably, they said Silver Surfer can't pick it specifically.
Oh, okay.
Or because it is a thing that is legal. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've ever actually printed it on anybody, like, straight up.
I feel like
yes, we get. Yeah, we've gotten stuff that has it now in Modern. Something in JOU got it.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yeah. Ultra Humanite has it for an effect.
Oh.
But, like, I don't think it's, like, printed, like a character has the approved symbol. They just get it.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. I think one last honorable mention, Zeus.
That was my DC pick. I think that was my DC pick.
I didn't pick a DC character either, so it's fine.
Yeah, Zeus
You're fine.
You got a 20 defense.
Yeah. Leadership, outwit, attack power.
He also got to keep picking powers until he attacked. So you could just pick all of because it was free every turn. You got to pick one, and then you lose them whenever you attack. So
and also when he was printed, like they stacked better. Like at that point, you could have picked like Pulse Wave EE or Psychic Blast Energy Explosion or whatever. Yeah,
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, or Pulse Wave Precision Strike to kill all the retails back in the day.
Yep.
Oh God. Oh God, that's crazy.
Yeah, it used to be everybody could be Asgard Storm.
Sorry, you mean Exodus. We got Exodus.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right.
How about let's move on to more positive things like the JLU previews. So last time we talked, Tyler.
I'm not ready.
You loved Darkseid. Can you tell me? Can you inform us and all of your listeners? Do you still love Darkseid?
It's been an emotional roller coaster. Okay, I loved him at first because I misread him. Then I hated him because I loved it so much. The idea of him in my head. Now I think he's okay. I didn't read carefully enough. I have an issue with reading. I'm illiterate. He has. I didn't like that his boom tube. you can't make them after you're moved or placed, and you can't make them adjacent to somebody. If either of those one things was removed, I would love. But that just seems too restrictive to me. You just tie him up with any, like, just a random pog, and you can't do it that turn. I guess he kills the pog, and then he can do it if you only have one pog, but to make 2 pogs or something. It just seems too restrictive to me.
Well, I think you just sit him in the starting area, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe that's a thing. I don't like that. So I wouldn't like him for that. I would like him if he could, like, boom 2 up and then Omega beam someone, like, like actually move around and attack and steal energy up and stuff. I think he might still be good enough with like a soul gem on him or something. The defense power is still insanely good. But it's still deep dial. He gets steal energy later. I don't know. But
yeah, and Soul Gem would be good.
I'm not loving it.
So at this point in time, we are still missing a ton of team-up cards.
Shocking, no one.
Yep, full set list, except for the OP configure and then some team-ups.
Which, speaking of team-up cards, they're now $15 a piece on eBay because we can buy pre-release stuff early.
That makes sense.
Have we seen one that, like, is actually, like, relevant?
Amazo.
So,
okay,
yeah.
sorry. I meant besides Amazo, because Amazo's obviously, but, like, for any... Well, I meant team-up cards in that, like, the actual team-up mechanic, not Amazo's, which is not really... Sure. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll have to see. Like, I think the only ones that could are, like, the one with 4 people is cool. I don't think it's good enough. I think we've seen 2 of the 3 of the Trinity ones, and they were pretty good. They're like the 3 thing.
Well, we were just missing Superman, and you're not playing, there's no card good enough that can make that Superman playable.
Oh, is it the 001 Superman?
I think we got it, or at least I have it somehow. Maybe somebody sent it to me. Let me pull it up.
If that's the Superman you have to play, then yeah, never mind. Why would they print that Superman? It's so bad.
So team up Batman, Wonder Woman. If both listed friendly characters are on the map, when Superman or the listed friendly characters attack, they modify damage +1 for each 3. I don't know where this came from.
Yeah, I mean, like, probably not then. What?
Guys, I have Joe Pangrazio made a quote under this post, and I just have to read it to you guys because I know you haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
HeroClix is awful because they don't hold their value. HeroClix is awful because things I may not need in a booster cost too much. Pick a lane.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's fair.
That's very true. Pick a lane.
All right. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So since last time we got to unbox our, you know what? There's just a lot to talk about. So I'll lead with some things here that are awesome. Black Manta as a trouble alert. No, Black Manta. I keep calling him the wrong thing, Jason.
Black Vulcan.
Black Vulcan. All right, comes in as a trouble alert. Penetrating poison. Energy explosion, 5 range, triple bolts, penetrating. What?
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty dang good.
I think that makes him like top 3 easily.
Yeah, and then
probably.
Yeah, if he had his prob power, like it would be too much if he had his prob power on the starting dial.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm really glad that HeroClix is not the game that you want it to be.
He would be number 1 if he had that prob power on either of his starting.
I think he's only number 2 as it is, but yeah.
I mean, Firestorm's still a bit better.
Yeah.
But his weakness.
What else is in this set?
Green Arrow might be better.
Yeah, Green Arrow only came out yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, and his weakness is barrier or smoke cloud, so it's not too bad.
Right.
Um, so yeah, let's talk about Green Arrow. We've got a lot of the chases to talk about, actually.
I think all the chases are good.
Yeah. Let's talk about Green Arrow next.
Except maybe Black Mana.
Is Green Arrow able to be pulled off?
Yeah, because he's a trouble alert, so it's real easy.
Yeah, but not so much that. It's the killing Dr. Gulliver.
That doesn't matter. Why would you want him? I don't know. I don't think. Are you playing towards that? Like, is that a thing?
I don't know. That's the question. Is that worth playing towards?
I think it is. This guy is very easily a consideration for main force at 25 points. Because, like, if they want to equip turn 1, and then they have to, like, push Gulliver or kill him somehow with a knockback, it's most likely going to be a push. That means turn 2, if they equip turn 1, there's a chance that they just unequip everything, and they just wasted all turn. That's cool. If they kill him, you're getting this dial for 25 points on a relevant keyword team ability.
I think the best use for Green Arrow is just, like, use the Pog yourself with Jason. Like, if they have equipment, like, if they're playing Kobik and Kobik drops the cube ever, totally worth it.
You can't do it, because if you generate it with Jason, it's friendly to you.
Right. What's wrong with that?
It has to be friendly to your opponent.
No. I'm saying...
No,
I'm just saying...
No, it doesn't.
Right?
Doesn't he affect? I thought the Pog was global for, like, all...
It says all other characters that have standard.
Yeah, I'm just saying...
Oh.
Yeah, you just use him to make your opponent maybe drop equipment.
So wait a minute, you probably don't play him on the main force then, Tyler, because he can make you unequipped too.
Well, it depends on if you have equipment or not, but I didn't know
it has
that.
To be on an equipmentless team.
All other. See, I thought it was all their friendly characters. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like if you see Jason across from you, or like if you're playing Jason Wingard and they're playing again, and they have equipment that they want to pick up.
Yeah, this is.
And they see that this is an option. Play. Does this make them not equip? Does it make? Well, I guess it's at the very worst, it makes them have decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I not equip my equipment? Do I still do it anyway and then maybe drop it? Do I waste time thinking about it and start getting tilted? Like, I think it's just gold.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was all characters. Yeah, it's definitely a Jason play for sure. But I still think it's good enough as just 25 points because they're going to want to.
I also agree with that for sure.
Yeah, his weakness though is kind of the bad one. Just it's +2/+2.
Within 2 squares.
So I don't think it matters because if they're within that range anyway, he's dead anyway. So like,
And sidestep, if he has sidestep, so if he sidestep breaks away, he'll be far enough away. So I think
this is one of the better, like, least relevant weaknesses they printed.
I would say.
I'd say it's middle of the road, probably.
I would say until July 1st, if you play Green Arrow main force, you're going to give Tyler's Wells a 12 attack.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. Could modify. Dude, please play this Green Arrow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Tyler's just trying to get you guys to play.
Dude, that's cool. Okay. I like him even
more
now.
And then also Gulliver doesn't affect Tyler's team whatsoever on the tiny. Yeah. Starburst characters.
Wait, until
it doesn't even say standard, so that's funny because you're going to turn Lockjaw tiny and Q tiny. You know what? It doesn't. Just as I think this is an important rules clarification.
Mm-hmm.
It would not turn the Blackbird tiny.
That is a very good thing to note. Thank you.
Wait, why?
As a general rule, vehicles can't be resized.
Yeah, vehicles cannot have their size changed, their damage symbol changed.
Rule?
That is just a rule. Vehicles cannot be size changed.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a big deal whenever Overdrive and Mitzelplick was a thing.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And I had to correct several people on that because they were trying to make Overdrive Colossal just so he could move past things.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a thing that vehicles don't inherently ignore characters. So like Overdrive didn't fly, so it would just have to stop getting next to like a Starfight or something.
Wait,
So-
because don't they have the circle line thing?
No, they don't. They auto brake.
They
They
auto
auto
brake.
brake away, but they do
Mhm.
stop normally now. They
Weird.
when they were first printed up until a certain point, they had ignored characters. Yes.
This
Yeah.
game's so weird.
Yeah, so Plastic Booby stopped vehicles as well.
Okay.
So we talked about Black Vulcan, we talked about Green Arrow.
Lex
Can we
is
talk about it?
definitely a thing.
We're in chases. Is there a chase
Yeah.
Lex?
Yeah.
They
case
don't
one.
have him.
I'm looking at him on units. I think the whole set's on units except for the team ups.
I'm looking
No,
at
I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
looking
number
at it.
66.
I was looking at the Dallin evidence thread. And
He's not even on the
included in it
evidence
yet.
thread, but he's on the.
Yeah, we have a new guy
He's on the
units,
evidence
and
thread.
he's
I'm looking
very,
at it.
very fast. Like he's fast.
He's on the evidence thread?
I'm looking at it. It's number 66.
Hold on. 70,
Oh,
68.
okay, I see. It cut off here.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. All right, so
It jumped
Lex.
the post, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tyler wants you to play this one too.
Do I?
Because
When
Wells
to
can use super
finalize-
strength.
When a finalized attack. Oh, yeah, that's. Dang!
Oh my god.
When a finalized
That's
attack
cute.
roll is a 10, oh, yeah, this one's weird. Do you think this will be a thing?
Well, it's great because I believe as it is now, if you play multiples, they can just proc each other forever.
What if only if you need to roll 3 10s though, don't you? Or am I wrong?
You need to roll 4 10s. So no. There have to be 4 10s in the game when a finalized attack roll is. Wait, is a 10?
Yeah, is
Oh,
a 10.
it's not 10 or more?
No, it's 10.
That's worse.
Right.
Oh, man.
I think that's
So
like
there
an
has to be
8%.
four. There has to be 4 10s between both teams. So it doesn't have to
And
be
then
your team.
After that, you get 10 attacks. I don't think this is good.
Scientist filler in Justice League is a legit keyword. I think he's good enough to like fill in those teams.
You mean kind of like Brainiac is a scientist filler? It's just better.
They
I
do
don't-
different things. He has an
No.
10-point enhancement is a thing.
I'd rather have 10-point outwit.
Or 10-point Dr. Fate, probably. I don't think it's good enough, personally.
He has different keywords than Dr. Fate. What are you on?
He does. It's in a specific Injustice League. Wait, let me just make sure Brainiac doesn't have the exact same keywords. He does.
In Justice League and Scientist, yeah, he does.
Okay, so no.
Okay, but good luck getting Brainiac at all. Like everybody's gonna. How many Brainiacs are people gonna want? Like
That
really?
is true.
How many Brainiacs should people be aiming for? At least 2. And people are gonna
I was
go
gonna
for
say
more.
5.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. It's like
He's
it's
gonna be
not
so
gonna be possible.
expensive.
There is actually going to be a hero clicks game element that is hard to like play optimally and just get. Like scarcity is like even Q Prime is like possible because everybody only needs 1, but like a chase that people are gonna want 5 of, it's gonna be
Right.
madness.
Just like there was a reason that Wolverine was $100 at one point.
Yeah,
This guy is more scarce and more desirable in multiples than that,
yeah.
and is, in my opinion, like the best 10 points in HeroClix.
Yes, this is why I am still advocating. I will advocate every opportunity I get. I think they need to cap initiative bonus. It's getting silly.
Well, I agree. I think it should be. I don't like Adam's idea. I think it should just be +5 for initiative, same way as theme teams.
I don't know about a number. I haven't thought about it that much. I haven't thought about it as much as that. But
Yeah.
some sort of thing. It's really. I mean, I'm playing +10 right now, and that's with like what we have now. But I don't know. This is silly.
So when do I get to talk about how cool Brainiac is?
Go ahead, just do it.
Eventually.
All right, guys. So you got 10-point Brainiac here. His weakness
Hold
is
on, it's
only.
got 40-point Brainiac.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Okay.
You got 10-point Brainiac here, boys. 6 range, triple targets, cosmic robot scientist.
Why?
And you know what? All of that aside, you got a 10-point outwit. That is unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
That's correct.
Wait. You missed a keyword. You missed future.
Yeah, that's true.
He shares a keyword with Dr. Fate.
Uh-huh.
I quit HeroClix. Bye, guys.
Because why not?
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So he can phase for 4 squares and then incap you. Phase for 4 squares and then incap you. 6 range, double target, 11 attack.
Can I pause you for 1 second?
Yes.
With Dr. Fates, you could run like 5 Dr. Fates and 5 of this guy and TK up 4 of them and then move them up 4 and then incap them 12 times.
Wait
like
a minute.
18 squares away.
Does hold on. What does he just share future?
Future, yeah.
Yeah, future. I mean, it doesn't.
Okay. I
Anyone
want to
keyword.
I want to look something up real quick because it could make sense.
Oh god.
I'm not going to say anything here until.
Oh my god, they share future with the cables too, and Arno. Wait, is Arno good? Arno with enhancement. Is Arno good?
I don't think so. I still don't think so.
So Dr. Fate is a common or uncommon?
Common.
Okay, Dr. Fate, just so we're clear, Dr. Fate doesn't have scientist, does he?
No.
Okay, because here's what I was thinking. Alright, here's what I was thinking. Here's what I had to double check. What if Mr. Oz had a keyword with Dr. Fate and you were moving 2 more squares with all of your 4 TKs?
Alright, we don't have to live in that world. Okay? Let's just move on from that thought.
Oh man. If Dr. Fate was a scientist, boys.
Man, he doesn't vulnerable. This guy doesn't help whales. I hate this guy. I guess he helps someone good too. Brainiac.
Which guy? Brainiac. So I've already been testing with Brainiac, just replacing the 2 floors on my uni team, and wow, it's just incredible the amount of tempo balance that I get to change. Because like if I face you, Tyler, like turn 1, if you do your like move up with your, use your seals to steal my object and move up your whales and wendigos halfway, like your kind of standard move.
Yep, incap 6 times.
Then I incap your seals without outwitting their super senses. I incap them so you don't get to retail on me, and then I still get to equip, and then I incap whatever else on your team. Yep. Maybe I get your Carnage. Maybe I get both of your whales too.
Yeah, it's real good.
So 150 points now gets you the minimum 5 Dr. Fates, Power Woman, and just 2 Brainiacs. 8
you are
actions,
missing a leader. You're missing your leadership.
Yeah, I mean you get to leadership too, which is.
Wait, is she future? She is, isn't she?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's a future theme. At the very least, you have press.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Wow, what a world we live in.
I said it when he came out. I think he's the best. He's the best click per point in the game now.
I would have said group before, but now that's very agreeable.
I would much rather have 2 of these guys than 1 group.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
I know. I'm just saying, like, reiterate. It's insane how good this guy is.
People didn't even play like the 8 Batman for 15 points at what it doesn't break theme. Right. Or like they did, but like not very much. But no, this
mainly for equipping heavies is what he was used for.
Yes, that too.
Yeah.
So he's a 19 from range. Why?
And then
he's got
let's not forget.
Power.
And I also had to Google this, or I had to look it up. In Justice League 10 through 12, he gets to remove an action token from himself.
Yeah, same with Brotherhood. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It's quite insane.
This guy could be fun on the Spider-Man teams that people are trying to play, the Scientist Spider-Man teams.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. It's a lot of incap. he is at the very top of like a good figure. I don't think he's broken. I just think he's like, there's nothing inherently broken about him. He's just really, really, really good for the points.
Right.
And I think he's on the upper echelon of what would be broken, but I'm not going to complain about him.
Right,
Yeah,
like,
I think the most broken thing
just-
about him is just how insanely good he is for theme fluff.
Yeah.
Like, that is the broken
And he's
part.
just, he doesn't do anything game altering.
Or even new. He doesn't do anything new.
Right. Now, let's just go ahead and get it over with. We wanted to talk about it. Tyler doesn't want to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it.
Just scroll up.
Scroll up. Here we go. 005B Prime Batman.
Finally.
Can your team take 15 attack, 6 damage to the face? That's Psyblast. Turn 2.
6?
Influence Ring, knock him back twice.
By turn 2, you can have him on click 3.
Yep. And then he's 15.
Wait, I'm confused. How do you do it twice? Or, like,
So you do
turn
it.
2.
You equip turn
you
1,
said
then knock
6
him back.
damage. Okay, yeah, no. I thought you meant like the 4 printed. No, you're good.
Yeah.
I know it's early, but if I were to say this is the most broken figure since Faust, would anybody argue that?
Proteus is like weird, is similar. I don't know.
Maybe Proteus, yeah, like Pre-Errata.
So
But we never really saw that.
Right, it was
So
immediate.
here's my counter argument.
Okay.
The only people that are really concerned about Prime Batman are folks that
Breathe?
play. No, I think Prime Batman's fine.
Okay. You think he's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
So the only folks that are really worried about him are people that play teams that have huge amounts of theme fluff that die to single shot retaliators.
Oh my god.
So folks that maybe play multiple Wendigos, multiple Tri-Sentinels, multiple Surters, multiple
Dan, you're hurting my
Groots.
heart.
I could not disagree more.
Yeah.
So, like for example, Uni Lockjaw's fine against this guy. He shoots me once, and then I go over there and wreck him. And
So
it's fine.
no.
That's the only reason you're fine with it.
No, so firstly, that's not true. He shoots you once, right? All of your retails are dead. Your uni has taken 3, so he's much less effective. And then this guy has 260 points to barrier up. Like you're not just hitting him in his starting area, and then he's doing it again next round.
So there's also situations. So if you're talking about pre-retirement, there is Cyclops. Post-retirement, and I have so this is on Saturday, so this will probably come out before the podcast comes out. I have a video talking about the Battle of Theme and Exploiting Ancient Hold coming up on our YouTube channel. So it comes down to, unless theme has changed, Prime Batman, and I know we're going to talk about this in Black Widow here in a few minutes. But Prime Batman fights against Vulture, fights against Black Widow stuff, fights against other theme fluff, putting them on Ancient Hold.
Sure.
So there's a whole new warscape going to be happening post-rotation with theme and fluff and map control.
Okay, but if any of those teams lose map, they more or less auto lose, right?
But if Batman loses map, he loses.
I don't know if that's true because he's 40 points.
Right. So the rest of the team would be Justice League, maybe Police,
Maybe Avengers.
maybe Batman Family, maybe Avengers, maybe Shield,
Mhm.
or maybe even Gotham City. I don't know if that.
Right.
What's his name? Harvey, the detective guy that I was talking about earlier, has it. Maybe that's the play. You play it with some BTAS, police dudes from Gotham City.
Maybe, but okay. So let's just right now, all the modern Hellfire / Jason teams insta die to this in one turn, right? Assuming
Which is fine.
obviously
That's fine.
that's not fine. What do you mean? I feel like we have different definitions of fine.
Let the meta adjust to something new. Things change. Things change, guys.
Meta adjust something new. I agree with all of that, but there is something that is too broken. You have to agree. So, like, if they were to print a character that says this character poisons everyone on the map for 6 damage every turn, and then you can't just say, well, there are characters with protected poison, so like that's fine. You just adjust.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There is a point where it becomes...
that's a completely different power.
Then what?
That's a completely different power than saying you're taking a ranged attack.
Right, but I mean it doesn't. There are counters
because you get rollouts. I mean, you get shape change. You get senses. You can have map is a big deal, and that's the whole point. Is like, maybe 15 is the maximum that you can get with JL. And there's teams that are set up that are coming up to be in the 20s for theme fluff.
Maybe.
I fundamentally disagree with you. I think the problem with Batman does not come down to analyzing this specific meta or any specific meta. The problem is that this is an effect that should not exist.
Right. That's
being able to attack across the board turn 1 should not be a thing, regardless of but I'm good at hero clicks and I can build around it, or there is stuff that counters it right now. This is just should not be a thing. Full stop.
Yeah, it's like
agreed.
You can build a Hellfire team with an Emma, and that probably even has a favorable matchup against Batman. But that's not the point. The point is that this figure exists and disqualifies so many teams. It's like it's the same type of problem that Vulture has, but it's magnified.
Yeah, I mean, but you have Emma that makes a big difference. This stealthy Black Widow lady makes a big difference.
Right.
We're saying two different things, though. We're saying this should not exist. You are saying I can build against it. It's not even an argument. We're just saying completely different things.
That's fine.
I agree that it can be built against. I agree that Vulture can be built against, but it like Jay said, it shouldn't. This shouldn't happen. Would you agree that it's the most broken thing since Faust or not?
I think that if we had Faust, Batman wouldn't be a problem because Batman couldn't take ranged actions.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
Okay, you just don't have a valid opinion on what should be.
Like it breaks the rules of the game in such an egregious way that it shouldn't even be on the card. Like
maybe I'm being purposefully obstinate in this situation just to have a counter argument for the show. But I think that if I agree that Batman is egregious and that Batman needs to be changed, it doesn't fix the root of the problem.
What's the root?
The root of the problem is like if I had just an equal amount of chance of, but my point is, so you guys don't agree with my point, but if I agree with your point and then add on top of that say, yes, Batman's broken. Yes. Mm-hmm. But if you keep saying that Batman's broken, the problem is that if Batman had 0 keywords, would you agree that Batman is as broken as he could? If there was no ability to give Batman any keywords, like let's just assume Steve Rogers doesn't exist, all these other things, Batman has no keywords, is he still a problem?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he's still a problem. He's not as big of a problem at all, but he's still a problem.
If the answer to your question is Ancient Hold, like that's probably not a great situation.
Well, so it comes down to, and let me explain further. So like you guys are worried about like your Hellfire teams, losing their potency, right? Because Batman shoots them.
No, I'm worried about anything that dies to 6 damage pen psychic turn 1.
Well, that's fine, right? But let's just use Hellfire Club as an example.
Sure.
So let's just assume that Batman's ability, we can't change that, right? The problem comes down to theme bonus is out of control. Your maps are out of control, and just Batman's bringing to light. So if you go back to saying, okay, well, we just need to fix Batman. We need to fix Batman. Then you're missing out on the point that, like, theme fluff is a problem, maps are a problem, retail's a problem.
I don't think retail factors into, but I understand your point. If you go first, Batman might not be an issue because you can pick the map and then Batman's screwed. That I think you're missing the point that you're basically saying this character is so broken that you have to win map, because if he goes before you, you lose the game. You have to act like you have to initiate something or he will just kill you. That doesn't mean that going first is the problem. That means that the character is the problem, because if he goes first, he kills you.
Now, I would say that there's been a certain team that I would think about that was probably so broken that it went first and had probably a 90+% win rate because it had a combination of all things that were broken in HeroClix.
What?
And we were all okay with that.
Hawkeye?
No.
What?
Mini Shredder Wales.
What?
You had a 90+% win rate with the map, your starting area change. You were able to, like, start up further. You were able to call out, have a bunch of retail, have a bunch of theme fluff. Played Mini Shredder, one of probably the third most broken figure in HeroClix. Like Batman only recently took that spot behind Faust. So and I'm not like saying this like pick on you, Tyler. It's just teams that have really high win percentages, like, there's multiple problems with all of that team.
Okay, I can't have a conversation where you're comparing Wales to Batman, like, on the same level of brokenness. It just doesn't it doesn't make sense to my mind that they're even in the same category.
So what part of Batman is broken?
Shooting the entire map from the starting area.
Yes,
turn one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if he was 8 attack, 1 damage, is that still broken?
Yes.
Yes, in this environment for sure. Probably still yes in general. Like, your opponent can't interact with you.
No. It doesn't matter if he's good or not. He's still broken. So like Faust, if he was 280 points, he wouldn't be good, but he would still be the mechanic would be inherently broken because it just doesn't let you play the game. It's not even a discussion of whether the character's good. It's just that he's broken. It's intrinsically not a good mechanic to the game because it is just it ruins things.
And ultimately, if it affects how people play teams such that they have to go full theme fluff and it comes down to close to a 50-50, that's still 50-50 chance for Batman to just win, especially because he'll kill all the theme fluff. Yeah. Like, it's just a problem figure to exist. And yes, there are tools to answer it.
Right.
And I'd be surprised if he doesn't get changed very, very quickly.
I think
especially because there's going to be a lot of Rock Online immediately with him.
Let's just say that I chose the other side of this for debate reasons.
Okay.
I don't inherently hold steady with any of the opinions I just shared, because I think there's multiple layers of things that are broken that could be fixed. But yeah, Batman's broken. yeah, whatever. I get it.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing. So let's talk about some things that have received erratas. Because you can't present a problem without presenting a solution.
Sure.
What is the solution to Batman?
Within range. Right?
So six damage to everything within. Oh gosh, I lost my.
6.
So 6 damage to everything within 9 range is bad. Is good. Is okay.
Well, I mean,
But-
you could do printed range if you wanted, but it's definitely not. It's still really good at that point. It's a cool figure at that point. I don't think it's broken at that point because he has no move and attack, right? You have to TK him up. If you did it to his printed range, it's only 12 range. There have been things that were almost the same to that just a really big AoE attack,
Yeah, I mean, yellow on Doctor Strange was still good. So
right. Or there's been like full damage pulse wave clicks that have been fine.
Yeah, I mean, Tri-Sentinel has 5 range pulse wave in any direction. Like,
right. And there's characters that it can do, right? Mind control everybody within range. Jean Grey can do that right now, for instance, with the 12 attack. So that's not.
So
bad.
in a situation in this set, so with Justice League and Dr. Fate, so turn 1 I move out a Dr. Fate clone or 5 because I'm controlling map, and then I TK Batman, then I TK Batman. Right? Is that still a thing? Can you double TK someone still?
yeah, theoretically.
You can?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can do
so-
it. Yeah.
So
You
my
can't
Dr.
TK
Fate.
after being TK'd. And
Right,
Astro
so I
specifically says he
can-
can't TK the same character twice for that exact reason.
So I perplex him up to the moon, TK him out with Dr. Fate, TK him out with Dr. Fate, TK him out with Dr. Fate. He's down your face, and he's 6 damaging your entire team.
Right,
So,
but did you see what the difference is?
That's setup, and also like you can interact with
Counterplay, yeah.
cause, with terrain, with
You spread your team out.
No.
Right? If you can't increase his range at all, right? You go to the one side or the other. You can kill the Dr. Fates before he moves up.
You can smoke cloud in the squares that he has to be in to make the attack, because he has to be in clear to make it all work.
It's just a lot. It's not attacking every character on the map in your starting area. But I mean, it's possible that might not be enough. It seems like it would be to me. I don't know that I would complain about him if that was what it was, just within 6. But
So, I
it's
mean,
possible.
it's so
If they just added the words within range and line of fire, that's probably
Yeah.
he's
I
a
think-
prime. He's,
I think that's enough. It'd be a really, really, really good common prime. But I think that's enough to make a knob. It's
right.
it's
So,
not-
considering his point value, that seems reasonable to not make him useless. Yeah.
So then I would add to my discussion, then we fix Batman, then we go back to all the other problems that we have.
well, that's not.
Those are two different things.
That's a fallacy. You can't I'm saying that this is a problem, and you're saying, well, yeah, but what about this? Like, that's not. The Batman is the problem right now to me.
I mean, if you've been bleeding out of your leg for 6 months,
Right.
versus getting your right arm chopped off, I mean, shouldn't you have fixed your leg 6 months ago?
See, I don't think that it's comparable. This would be like a guillotine above your head versus something that's not that. This is leaps and bounds above anything right now.
Well, like, also a lot of those other problems are only a thing more recently. Like, how recent is people playing? Like, what is the theme bonus that is considered to be a problem? More than +8? Like, and also how Ancient Hold is relatively recent as well. Like, these things have only existed.
Pre or post-retirement.
I'm talking about, like, how long ago did people start playing, like, Insane Theme Fluff sort of thing?
Well,
about fall of 2018.
Yeah, that tracks.
What team is this?
It's my team that I won Worlds with. That's what he's talking about.
I figured. I just wanted to make sure for, I guess, the listeners and myself, because I'm dumb. Yes, the team existed, but were people playing it?
Right.
Like it wasn't a widespread problem. Just because, like, technically, at Thor release, people could have played a team of all Floras. Doesn't mean that it was a problem. Like, Tylor's team existing alone is not a problem then. Mm-hmm. Ancient Hold has only been out for so long. I can't remember if there were other things that you said.
Yeah, I mean, I just think if Batman means that we all play double Onslaught, then that's probably a good day. I'm just kidding, Tyler. I'm just kidding.
Okay. It's like there are characters like protected poison. That doesn't mean I should be able to poison everybody for 6.
Yeah, but that means we all should be playing double Onslaught because that's really fun.
It is really fun. I agree. Top forward in Texas.
Nice.
Yeah. So the other thing I would point out is what is it? So the Amazo team up cards.
Do we have those?
A couple.
Yeah, we have a couple of them. So Ol Amazo can only take 1 damage when attacked by a character that can use a power other than willpower that Amazo can use. So just give Ol Amazo Psyblast and Mind Control, and you'll be fine. I know. I'm Tyler. I'm just doing it to annoy you at this point. Okay. Just,
okay. All right.
Just give me a break here.
Okay.
But yeah, just 5 40-point Amazos with 28 team-up cards, and Batman screwed.
Yep.
I think Amazo, like, legitimately is a thing post-rotation, though.
Yeah, I think he's...
Not right now.
I thought he was good. When they released him, I think he'll see play.
Sure.
Yeah.
What are his team-ups right now that we have?
I think he has running shot and range 6.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman gives ESD Flurry. And I think he has Flash for hypersonic senses or something like that.
I haven't seen that one. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are just messaging me these directly, so
right,
I see what's out there and what's not.
The Flash one seems good.
I'm assuming he's going to have 7, 1 for each Justice League founder.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I like the super strength improved targeting hindering that some characters are getting.
Strength improved targeting hindering?
Yeah, that's a general one we're seeing for Superman.
Oh, that's cool.
Is it?
Yeah, just Black Canary gets the
Can you use super strength?
Yep.
Okay.
Batman with super strength, yeah, it's a thing.
I guess that's fine.
Yeah, I like it. Superman's so inspirational that they can start picking up cars.
I always liked picking super strength with Trinity War Batman. It felt good to me.
I always, so I think we can officially call this one the Tyler Hates Darkseid Mega episode.
I am lukewarm on Darkseid. I will need to test him. He seems fun. At the very least, he seems fun. Not if you do the dumb thing where you just sit in your base and shoot them from across the map. That's not fun for me. It might be fun for some people, but I want to get in their face and just, like, brawl with people.
Yeah, Batman says stay over there.
Batman does say stay over there.
But you know what? Wendigos hide behind whales. It's already fine anyway.
Whales hide behind Onslaught.
Yeah.
Right. I posted the counter as soon as he was spoiled. So I don't know why we're all worried.
Yeah. Whales can take 6 damage to the face, and then Surtur kills Batman.
Yeah. Let's see. He doesn't have mind control or anything.
No, because you'll still have first turn immunity that turn.
Maybe, yeah.
Then second turn, you're in their face.
I'm not that fast.
You're quick in the starting area. Mojo's calling out Chamber, poisoning him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that'll work like that.
Yeah. I think whales are fine versus Batman.
Okay, that's good to hear. Are we gonna talk about the rest of the set?
And
so here's what I would say. We'll do our full set review, including the 100 and something team up cards, on another 2.5 hour episode.
Sure.
Clickstuff. So I think we can probably just cap it at that today, because we have another 2.5 hours worth of content to talk about on Justice League, because there's a lot more to unravel here.
And some questions.
And what?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, too many questions. We finally did get to talk about Batman, though.
I want to ask Jay, do you think Question is good?
Question is within the realm of reasonable play. Yeah.
Okay. That's all. Never mind.
The question is always the answer, Tyler.
I know.
So,
all right.
I'll how about this? I'll end the Justice League conversation with, I'm glad I got a good discussion out of you guys. Batman is broken. I'll just end it with that.
Yeah.
Batman should be changed. I don't want to take 6 damage to the face. Nobody does. Nobody wants to get a shot from across the map. But then again, you have to remember my perspective. Some point, I top 4 at Rock Cup in 2016 with double D20s. Yellowing across the map was a ton of fun.
The mind control might just be better post rotation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, mind controlling the entire team is fine. But I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be fine too. So, except when Jason rolls his shape change, he's like, shape change.
Ooh. Yeah, then there's no other legal targets because he's targeting everyone else.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think my last point there is we always have to be careful given the reach of our podcast and how we talk about things, right? We can't just be like, oh, this is broken, OMG. I think we had a good, thoughtful discussion on why it's broken, which is what I appreciate from you guys. So, last minute addition before we get to our questions: Black Widow movie Gravity Feed. Who is Overdrive? So you mentioned there was somebody new. So this Overdrive guy has like everything coded already.
Yeah, he's some rando from Canada. It's Tom.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So Tom gets on Realms, but he doesn't get on Facebook.
well, there's an actual reason to be on Realms because they have the unit section.
That's not true. Well, please pass our thanks along to Tom.
Tom has Discord. Like, there's ways to get to him. We WhatsApp him, but yeah, if you really need Tom, Discord is probably the best way. For
you know what? Though, it's not that I need Tom.
So we want
personally.
Tom.
It's that we want Tom. Yeah, like I just want Tom to like we post up a preview and Tom's like, I like this figure. Oh my god! Like the GIF or the movie or the little video of like it's the African American kid with his friends, and like they just go like whoa, and like he falls back and they all go wild. Like I just want Tom to be like, I like this figure, and then we're all that African American kid's friends. We're all like, whoa, my god! Like I just want that experience.
In any given point, Tom has 3 states. It's either it's so bad that even he will make fun of it, but that's like pretty obvious. Like I don't know, like that would be like Superman comment from this set. There's it's good and it's so broken that he hates it. Like there's only so many reactions you're gonna get from him.
Yeah.
I know, but I want all of those.
Yeah, that's fair.
So 3 good options.
Yeah, we don't. He's just generally pretty busy. We don't like have long conversations with him over like our WhatsApp here or whatever. So you're not missing out on much, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know, because he's busy in his entertainment role or whatever he does, something crazy. So, So there's a lot to break down. So Black Widow comes out in April, we believe.
April 8th. At least
April.
as far as solicits say. I'll double check. Keep going.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot to talk about. We talked about this during the day, and it's another one of my prime Batman things. But Black Widow, as a 75-point Avenger, can stop Batman from shooting you from across the map.
She can. That is true.
Yeah.
And then if you play against a Vulture, you can switch to the other Black Widow and not get vultured either. Yeah. Continue, Jay.
As of right now, on the solicits page, it still says April 1st for Fantastic Four, and then April 8th for Justice League, all that stuff, as well as Black Widow.
Yeah, you just have to. These are extraordinary times, so.
And for reference, there's the main set, and then the Black Widow motorcycle is a separate, purchasable in its own box.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I just want to say, real quick, just this whole set, is even if it's not good, it's all just really interesting. It's all stuff that fits in the meta somewhere, mostly. I think there's Taskmaster stuff kind of sucks, but there's a lot of just cool things.
And we haven't even seen the other chase yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The stuff, regardless of anything else, the Black Widow, the motorcycle, is good enough that any Black Widow warrants consideration on the sideline. Mm-hmm. And since sideline is less of a problem post rotation, shifting focus is definitely a consideration.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good enough.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So I haven't looked at the chase. I haven't looked at the viable one yet. Yeah. So let's talk about the shifting focus, right? So the shifting focus is 75 points Avengers Spy. I think that one's the one that pops out at the top kind of immediately. And there's two of them. It doesn't really matter because you can start with the one that is Avengers.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if there was other. But yeah, it looks like I think they are.
Yeah. So the big thing is they all have different and unique abilities. They all start with stealth, though. They have perplex, lots of cool stuff, right? But the big thing is, if Black Widow is on a theme team, or your starting force has two other characters from the Black Widow movie set, opposing characters can't use improved targeting abilities to target her or adjacent friendly characters. So it could be a situation where costed smoke cloud is actually useful. Mm-hmm. And then the other one, just for folks that haven't seen it, has free smoke cloud, and opposing characters occupying her smoke cloud can't use improved abilities or team abilities. And she has outwit.
If you free smoke cloud and then switch, does the smoke cloud stay?
Yeah.
It just wouldn't get the special thing.
Exactly, yeah.
But that's fine if you just want to be in stealth.
Right.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you have perplex, outwit, and prob on all of them, and they all do things that are relevant to the meta. So
which one does the prob one do?
The prob one is the she's leadership, and then if she's on theme team, that's a recurring thing on this set. Opposing characters on the map more than 6 squares away from her can't be placed within 6 squares of her. So that's obviously anti-retail. You can't be retailed if you switch to this. This one doesn't have stealth, but it's an 18 ESD with prob, so it is defensive. But yeah,
and for what it's worth, she could hide behind someone else.
Yeah.
So Batman can't shoot her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Batman,
it just makes Harry Leland and Citizen Steel just be like, oh, why do we exist? Yeah.
Yeah. Rip.
Yeah, that's just it's just something that we want to see in a meta piece, right? So
post rotation, you could play a full pool of the shifting focus options. There's 6 total, but you're playing one on the force. You still have room for 4 trouble alerts or let's cause trouble.
There's 4 Black Widows, right?
But there was 6.
I think there's 4, unless I'm missing some.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the perplex, outwit, prob one.
and then the exploit one, which is
Outwit.
also cool. That one is if she hits, if she's on a theme team or blah 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 blah, and hits an opposing character that's equipped, both you and your opponent roll a d6. If your result is higher, equip that opposing character, that opposing equipment to a friendly character, even if it has equip friendly. So that doesn't have to be adjacent or anything. You can give it to anybody on your team that's a standard character. She also has that with Quake, which should work, and hits an opposing character. Yeah, so that should work if you can do multiple things.
Wait. So if it has unequipped KO, you can just like score it, like give it to her, and then she shifts.
No, it doesn't say anything about unequipping.
You don't unequip.
No. I'm saying you use this effect, you equip Black Widow, and then you should focus and score if it's unequipped KO.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
I was mixing up there being 6 Black Widows, period, with never shifting focuses.
Yeah. Or you can just you can just use it if you want. Like, that's pretty good.
I mean, that too, but like that's just a thing.
Like, that's super crazy. She's got an 11 attack. Yeah, you can buff that up. So if they have any
11 attack and 3 damage, right?
And 3 damage exploit or Quake.
Yeah, and then
like I said,
the supporty ones have 10, which is whatever. It is what it is.
Her Quake also, for what it's worth, gives everybody an action token afterwards, so that's pretty cool too. So you're gonna Quake them, you're gonna hit them, give them a token, and steal their equipment on a shifting focus that goes out of stealth or whatever. They all have the Avengers initiative, so they ignore hindering from movement and line of fire, which is, that's, you have an outwit for improved targeting, hindering.
I feel like
which is going to be huge.
Yep.
I feel like these are all good enough that in any given game you could expect to use at least 3, if not all of them, in a situation.
Yeah, it's everything that's in the meta. Where's the other one that's
Well, and you also just have double prob, because you can like pick the you can theme prob twice because nothing in the replacement rule says that you can't. Can you double sidestep? No. Oh, wait.
You should be able to.
I just don't know if there's more than one with it.
I don't think there is, but the last special ability is if they're on a theme team, blah, 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 and an opposing character is generated or placed on the map from a sideline within 6 squares of her. After resolutions, both you and your opponent roll a d6. If your result is higher, give that character 2 action tokens. So that's Jason Fogs. That's currently it's trouble alerts and causing trouble. It's IDs right now. So she just says, like, every one of them has an answer to something in the meta.
Well, and what's funny is that it also is against opposing shifting focus characters.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. But, yeah, that's huge.
And then, so let's say, by the way...
Or Uni. If Uni pops out, right? They all get 2 tokens. That's pretty cool. If you roll the thing.
Which could be bad for, like, Con Thanos, because he would just die.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, rip.
So they just all do something relevant to the meta.
So not only did the Blackbird get a kick in the jets because it's retired early, if you brought out a real boy from the Blackbird, it takes 2 tokens, pushes, and dies.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, so just rip Blackbird.
That's fun against Dawnbreaker. Like, if they get your Pog or whatever, then you just say, nope, do 2 action tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah, kills the Pog. Yeah. Now, I would say we will do a full set review of this set. Mm-hmm. So I just want to cover the Black Widows today, because we still have questions to answer, and then we still need the other chase.
We're not talking about the chase.
I do want to talk about that. I said we want to talk about the Black Widows.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and tell us about the Chase Widow, Tyler.
Okay. So it's really good, in my opinion. It's got Avengers Initiative and Improved Movement Elevated. It's got 2 traits, Espionage, Patience. So the Espionage they have to be on a theme team or 2 from the set. This one has standard friendly characters can't have their attack rolls of 10 or more re-rolled, and opposing characters targeting those characters being standard characters, can't have their attack rolls of 4 or less re-rolled. So you no longer re-rolling crits, either hits or misses.
Wait a minute. So standard friendly characters can't have their attack rolls of 10 or more re-rolled, but just opposing characters in general can't have their 4s or less.
Well, it's opposing characters targeting. It says those characters. Those characters are your friendly standard characters.
No.
Tyler's right. It says standard friendly characters, stuff in the middle, opposing characters targeting those characters.
Yeah. So it doesn't work on Q or Colossals.
Or Lockjaw. That's
right.
Interesting.
So let me read this again because I'm just targeting. Wait a minute. So free has 2 other characters from the Black Widow movie set. Standard friendly characters can't have their attack rolls of 10 or more rerolled.
That has to be a misprint.
Yeah, why would you have to free every turn?
I think I have screenshots. I'm pulling it up.
Okay.
And opposing characters targeting
those characters would be friendly standard.
No, because it would be your friendly standard characters.
Yeah, if they are targeting any friendly standard character on your board.
There's no free there. It's just if. There's just a
okay. So here's my point: is that here's my situation. If I'm playing Black Widow and I have a giant girl,
right?
My giant girl can have its 10 attacker rolled.
Right.
If your whale comes over and crit misses, that sticks.
Only
Not
if
targeting giant girl.
Right. Only if I'm targeting only standard characters.
So basically,
correct.
You just need
Yes. That's true.
The way to read it for that second part is just if Black Widow is on the theme team, blah blah blah. Standard friendly characters, blah blah blah. Opposing characters targeting those characters can't have their attack rolls of 4.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So now it makes sense to me. I was thinking that it was just opposing friendly characters that were standard. So if Surtur comes over and crit misses,
it's dead.
Just target. It's dead.
The best figure to play against Tylor.
Yeah.
So it's good for that reason. Okay.
It's not because Tylor doesn't play prob. I'm just using it as an example that's common for me to think about.
We're really picking on Tylor today.
It's really good. It 10s. I mean, obviously you don't want to rely on a 10, but they come up. I think it's 15 or 20% of the time where it's a hit. They can't re-roll it. Crit misses can be devastating. That's why people play prob. Or 4 or less, if they need a 5 and they roll 4 or less, that's just huge. It just swings the dice odds in your favor a lot. Her second trait is
holy crap. Her second trait, lay it on us, Tylor.
It's really she's really good. Stealth. Black Widow starts the game with 5 tradecraft tokens, so they're bringing that back from the Captain Marvel set, which I like. Free. Remove a tradecraft token to choose an opposing character within 6 squares in line of fire. Until your next turn, that character can't use standard powers until it's displayed on their dial as a colored square and can't have their combat values positively modified. So that shuts off a lot. The first example...
You have to pick a standard power, though, right?
No. Can't use standard powers. The only way they can use a power is if it is a colored square on the dial. That's the only way they can use a power. No traits, no special powers, no pick a power. So if you use this on a Mazo, he has no powers at all.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think that second until is supposed to be an unless. I think there's a couple.
Yeah, I think it's a typo. But
I'm looking at the original. Yeah. They can't use a standard power unless it's displayed on their dial as a colored square. Oh yeah, so they don't even get special powers.
Nope. No
if they just have Outwit Perplex as a special, they don't even get that either.
They don't get either of them. Yep.
Wow.
It's really,
so Uni can't use his imperv on his stop click.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
So you can just kill retails super easy.
They don't have their
Wow.
I mean, you have to be 6 and it's a free, but yeah, they wouldn't have like Mangog wouldn't have impervious.
No,
There's
no, he wouldn't because the impervious is on his stop click. Wrecked.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure there's even more stuff that we're not even thinking about.
Well, it's
I'm
only
pretty
one. It's only one character too, so you can't kill like all the retails with it.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure like there's every team in the meta will have something that this affects.
Jason
Then-
does like nothing. Like he makes a pog and
Yeah,
that's it.
he has no mind control. He has nothing. He has no leadership. Then she has a stop. Whenever this power is first revealed, removed all of Black Widow's tradecraft tokens and heal her that many clicks. So if you have at least one tradecraft token, she takes at least 3 hits to kill, and she's 7 clicks long, so probably more than that. That's really good.
I mean, you shouldn't be using that many tradecraft tokens.
Well, you
realistically
say that,
anyway.
but this
Probably.
next power, or her special damage power she starts with is leadership and outwit. That's good. Free. She also has Adventurer's Initiative, so you can outwit through stealth. Free, remove a tradecraft token to generate a Widow's Initiate, which is not that great, or a Widow's Recruit, which is amazing. So, Widow's Recruit, let me scroll up here. It's right here. Widow's Recruit is a 25-point feast, so they can score it. Standard powers are Leap, Climb, Poison, Super Senses, and Shape Change. 10 attack, 3 damage, 17 defense. But it has a trait. When Widow's Recruit starts the game, so they get to choose it, for all characters with this trait, choose an opposing character or team ability. When Widow's Recruit uses Poison, she deals penetrating damage to that character or opposing characters that can use a team ability. So this is move her up, free, generate this thing, free, penetrating poison. And it's just, like, it's very much Shredder-esque. You move next to them, and they take a penetrating damage, and then you can even attack them 10 for 3, or shut off their powers and attack them 10 for 3, or do, So.
Do Wendigos have a team ability?
No.
No.
Dang it.
You
So you just go over and choose. You can only choose the one though for pin
Yeah,
poison.
because it's standard character, not a name.
Yeah. Or you can just go over and choose Power Cosmic and pin damage Surtur and Mangog to death.
Yep. Or get
Correct.
Uni-Office top click. You can.
He has invincible top click. It would be Office top click. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, okay, you're right. Yeah, it's really, really good. And then it's
All
just,
right. So I was so distracted by you talking about how the shifting focus worked and how much I didn't believe you that I missed how good this chase was.
It's insane. It's
And
really
we still
cool.
have another chase to see.
Right. Well, I'm worried because it seems like all of the Black Widow stuff is really good, and all the Taskmaster stuff is kind of like meh. So I'm afraid if the other one is a Taskmaster chase, it's going to be meh. But we'll see.
Well, so if we look at, we don't have much to compare to. We have Captain Marvel, and one chase was great, one chase was terrible.
Right.
Do we have anything else to compare it to?
I can think of.
The Mighty Thor didn't have. Nah, you know what? The Mighty
Ragnarok,
Thor.
both chases were equally meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look up the solicit to see if there's any way to know what the heck it is.
She also has really good stats. She's 10 movement, running shot, 12 attack, psychic blast, 18 ESD, and 3 damage with her special damage power, outwit. She has a stop click that heals her, so she's basically at least 3 to kill. She has decent powers roll dial.
Wow, yeah. The solicit has no information on what characters are in it. It could be literally anything.
Could be in Spider-Man, and Jason would be really happy.
Yeah, I'm always happy with Spider-Man. Yeah.
I'd be happy with Spider-Man if it was this good. Well, I'd just be happy with Spider-Man anyway.
I'd love to get a movie Spider-Man. That'd be cool.
Dude, that would be so sick.
Yeah.
I feel like, unless it's like a random character we don't even know is in the movie, I don't know. It could be like an unultimate Taskmaster, not ultimates, but just an ultimate Taskmaster.
It's just, I feel like it's gonna be a task. It has to be. I could be wrong, but she's really, really, really good, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the motorcycle's not bad either.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking, like, if you can bring in Prime Black Widow from AVPI, and then heal her
Yeah.
up, so you can take away defense powers and stuff, that's really good too.
Yeah. It's also worth noting that the free comic book day figure this year is a Black Widow as well.
Do
There
we
we
know
go.
what it does yet?
No idea. I don't know. I mean, if we saw it, I don't know. But
Let's hope there's a free comic book day to pass it out at.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is
what do we even have for
extremely
that?
valid.
yeah, the only other one we have is Secret Wars. That's okay.
We have the new Black Widow, the Spider Widow. Is she named Black Widow?
Yeah, she is. She's okay. The problem is that she doesn't get the healing trait when she does the thingy. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so we have the common Black Widow, Captain America and the Avengers. Nothing mid-dial that would be interesting on her.
I mean, we have the Black Widows in the set, right? That's more than likely what you're going to use it for.
Yeah, that's fair.
Probably the Prime.
Yeah.
But
Probably
the Prime's a really good option too.
Yeah, it is. True.
Although, the problem with the Prime is that you might not heal onto the special defense, and then it's like, why bother?
Okay, that's fair.
That's true.
I forgot about
But,
that Prime.
but she does have shape changes. She would be healing onto shape change and super senses, which is not the worst thing in the world. So let's answer some questions and wrap this guy up for today.
Well, we didn't really talk about Motorcycle, but Motorcycle is just good.
Yeah. We'll do a full set review after the next chase. Again, we got a lot more stuff to unravel, and we all have time for at least the next 2 weeks to talk about this stuff.
Only the at least.
At
Well, like
least.
2 years.
Very possible. Jordan Slaughter writes in, how do you choose which are the best IDs for your team for close combat focus versus range focused teams? I'll start with mine. When I play Uni, it's more of utility based. Like Wolverine's a must include because of the heal for Uni. Storm is just really good. Cyclops is good. Jean's good. And Iceman at 100 is really good. And it's a balance between who can call in, right? So half my IDs are 3 of my IDs are Lockjaw and 2 of them are Uni only. So that's kind of how I look at things. Now, other teams that I've built, like Doctor Strange, Faust, it was half the IDs were stealth. So I could play the Midnight Suns ATA. My Nick Fury team just wanted to double down on Nick Fury's. And then my Rock Cup, my Starro team was pretty much all of them were based on utility. Of what they could help Starro with, like Banshee giving out tokens from across the map with Starro fights. And just Cyclops, Jean, all the random good stuff, right? So it's just what are the best IDs is what I typically use.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
ID
agree
selection
with
right
that.
now. For me, it comes down to there are staples, and they will always be on a team. Like, unless it is, like, literally a one-man army. But, like, if my team does not have at least... I mean, I think Cyclops is, like, you gotta... I think Magneto is almost a mandatory, but at least the bounty, just because, like, the 25 point is so good, or the 50 point is so good. Jean, generally, and then, like, a couple other random ones, but...
Wow.
And then it comes down to, am I high enough points to call it in?
Yeah. I just basically go by what feels good to me. I practice and then I'm like, do I feel like I want this other piece? I'm very like, I want the team to feel good when I play it. That's sort of.
And you're probably wanting to fill in holes on your team too, so it really does depend.
Yeah. I just sort of like go by what my gut says. Not super methodical or anything.
Jason?
I don't know. You guys pretty much covered it already. Like,
Jason's getting old man tired.
We've been doing it for a while.
I'm struggling to stay awake. I'll be honest. Like,
What's new?
Yeah.
We only got a few questions.
We only got a few questions. Yeah, we got some good ones. We got some stuff we've already covered. Rick Ryan, do you think Roll20 is going to stay as popular after people can start to play in person again? I think
Hopefully.
it's risen, but the curve will flatten to.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I think it'll rise, and I think people will realize it's a really good way to practice and get outside of your own local area of competition.
Right. The hope is that this event or whatever you want to call it brings in people, and then those people are like, "Wow, this is fun and easy, and you can do it every week and get good practice," and then they stay. Is the hope.
Right,
and then
in general that raises the competition level of the entire competitive HeroClix community, and just casuals too. I mean, you can go play your fun Batman family team with Prime Batman on Roll20
God damn it, you're gonna do that, aren't you?
Oh my God.
Hold on, can I say it, Jason? Can I say it?
No, don't do it.
No. No.
All right, I won't do it.
No.
I really wish I knew what this was.
Well, Jay's got to know now.
Oh my God.
Um,
Daniel's twisting my word into
I don't want to hear it then.
false
3 years
statement.
ago.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I won't do it. I'll tell you later, Jay. But no, I think Roll20 is gonna stay popular. I mean, obviously, when folks go back to their kind of quote unquote normal lives, there won't be as much time, right? Because you'll be attending weekly events and you'll be, working for some folks again and that sort of thing.
Just real quick, as an endorsement, if you're thinking about it, I can confidently say I would not have won Worlds if Roll20 wasn't there. It's a great way to practice and up your game if you're on the cusp and feel like you should be doing better. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, even for me, it's more convenient for me to play test with my friends on Roll20 than to get together because I have to go to downtown Toronto. It's just even locally for practice at least. And also I like the interface more than playing Colossals, for example. I feel like
Me
I don't know.
too, man.
I would rather play against Tylor's team on Roll20 than IRL sort of thing.
Too.
Now, my opinion is kind of, I don't know, I'd say 70-30. I think that you do need to still put your team on a map physically before you go to a big event with it.
Yeah, that's just preference. Some people are gonna like playing on a map better, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think the online stuff gets your your motions down. If you were training to ride a bike, but if you got on your bike for the first time IRL and the colors of the bike threw you off, I think that's really important.
I don't know if that metaphor holds up.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really, but the color of maps can throw you off. So just make sure to look at everything physically. It's not an all-in thing. I think it's a 70-30 thing for me.
I hate the way Roll20 looks. I just personally don't like it.
I love it so much. But that's just personal preference.
Tom Shannonberger asked, do you feel with retirement changing the way we build that any title characters could see an uptick in play?
Well, I feel like we just don't have as many. What do we actually have? We have Batgirl and the Batman. Nothing in Secret Wars. Title
Captain
Cap.
America.
We have the Carol Danvers.
Yeah, she won't see.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, Sinister. In there.
Oh yeah. Forgot about
Sinister, and I think that is actually it.
Oh yeah. Probably. That Captain America is real good, and if you can attack with your main force again, it's possible that he sees play. Same with Batgirl. She's going to be sharing a lot of keywords with stuff, and she's just really good.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you can play Batman to shoot them, and then Batgirl can action after taxi punch them, that's good.
Mm.
Batgirl is still just fine.
She's really good. I like her a lot.
And also, there's no other option for Earth X Captain America, so yes.
Mind control is good in the current meta.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. See it every
I
once in a while.
noticed. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Jeremy Christie, he says, I really wish we got more use out of Turtles 4. We talked about that, and we totally agree.
Yep.
Matthew Gronhide, will Justice League be viable before and after rotation? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even, and I want to be clear, even if Prime Batman didn't exist.
Yeah, even if, I agree.
Doc-
There's a lot of good stuff.
Dr.
Oh,
Fate,
yeah.
Dr. Fate, Power Woman, blah 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 from Justice League Unlimited. Yes, there's stuff there that will work.
Yep.
Emmanuel's question.
You missed a question there. He also asked, will
okay.
the new keywords that still have retail be even better than they already are after rotation? Probably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It depends what you compare it to, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think for any points of this argument, we're going to say that Batman has something done to him.
Right.
Obviously.
Right. I mean, we also have like so much to see still. Like we have all of the con stuff to see, except for like Deadpool Duck.
Yeah, and it also just like, I mean, a lot of the retails are Monster, but Monster is also losing a lot of stuff. So I don't know if it actually gets better. There's still a lot of good monsters. It just depends.
There's still a lot of, and there's still Brutes. There's still Cosmic. There's still Ruler.
Yeah, Cosmic doesn't lose a ton. I mean, obviously Uni, but
Right.
And Floras. Floras are a thing.
Floras is a big deal. No,
Good thing
because
we
we got Brainiac now.
Yeah. Good thing we got Brainiac to replace those. All right, let's keep rolling, folks, before Jason falls asleep. So the answer is yes, but there's still more to come that can change things, Matt. So, Matt.
Okay.
Emmanuel. We've talked about JLU a lot in this episode. And then, do you think there will be a new ADW Hawkeye with higher stats than the Black Widow gravity feed? Unless he's the second Chase, doesn't appear so.
Let's hope not.
No.
I mean, with the direction that design is going, I wouldn't be terribly surprised. I would be like, okay, I'm not that surprised.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Like, but I don't.
Basically, what it came down to is every JLU preview just kept on getting better and better and better, and then I'm like, okay, this is just what the game is now.
It just doesn't. It doesn't seem like it would fit in the set. I don't think, based on what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, Hawkeye's supposed to be in the movie, right?
I have no. I checked the cast list to figure out what the DOS chase was. I don't think so.
I don't think he's in it.
Searching Hawkeye on the Wikipedia article doesn't show anything.
There was a real quick spoiler alert, like minor kind of maybe spoiler. There was a reference to Black Panther on one of the Taskmaster's cards.
Right, but that was just a technique thing, I thought.
It was, but like what? It seems like
we've seen the trailer that like he's like studying all the video or whatever.
Oh, have we? Okay.
Or
yeah,
like,
it's on there.
Or like you see him doing techniques that are similar. Like he does the cap shield stomp. He does like the Black Panther claw stance. Like they're showing how Taskmaster he actually is.
Cool. I like Taskmaster. He's one of my favorites.
Derek Layer asks, do you think that giving up your sideline is a reasonable trade for access to Amazo's team-up cards?
Absolutely.
After rotation.
No question.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
After rotation, right?
Hey, look, we all agreed on something today.
Wait, Jay, after rotation, right?
Yeah.
You don't think it's good enough before rotation, do you?
Oh, obviously not.
Okay,
no.
I just want to make sure.
Joe Gutierrez asks, should Dan's Unimind be placed in the HeroClix Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Dude, that'd be so cool if they set up. That would be so cool if they set up like a case at like Lucky Dice and you could like donate a figure. That'd be sick.
So like that would look like what, my Unimind and Tyler's Mini Shredder?
And probably Whales. I played Whales more than Mini Shredder.
I'd gladly pour gasoline on it and strike a match.
I think you're missing the point here.
No, I'm not.
Well, then you'd have overlap, and it would be like, oh, but do I get to put like whatever, or is it like other?
Yeah,
person?
I'm not sure how feasible it is. It just
Like,
in
does
my head,
Tom
it's really
get to
cool.
put like Batgirl, or is it Easton? Like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Well, so it would have to be like I think it would be like a world-winning piece. So like I'm thinking like Isaac's Nighthawk, my Unimind.
Isaac's not big.
I don't know. I have some interesting
No,
feelings.
Isaac's like Q. Or like my Starro, Howard's Goblin King.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Maybe the worlds would just get to like donate like a figure.
Yeah, I can dig that.
That'd be
And then Joe's second question might cause me to have like a wall punch. If there's an Eternals gravity feed coming up, if there is, do you hope for Uni 2.0? I'm going to assume that if we got a Uni 2.0, it's not going to be good. But what they are going to give me is an eternal keyworded character with top dial mastermind, and I will punch a wall.
You're absolutely gonna do that.
You're not gonna get that, but you're gonna get like the what was it, the Avengers Unimind or whatever stupidity they did in the comics.
No, then Dan just like switches to Bronze Age Advocate #1. That'd be fun.
Yes, exactly. All right, let's quickly go round table for final thoughts. Jay, go ahead.
Oh God. Batman too good.
Jason.
Please nerf.
I need to get more sleep.
Tyler.
I'm really excited for the Black Widow set. Looks fun.
All right. And for me, you know what? Batman is bad. Batman is good. Batman is what Batman is. Thanks, everybody, for listening to Clickstop today. We'll talk to y'all next time.
See you.
Good night.